to get fucking started.
Let's do this.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, do the countdown. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are live, my friend. I mean, not
Yes,
really,
we are.
because we're not live. We're going to have to chop this up and put it on later, but we'll pretend we're live.
Yeah.
What if that's like our catchphrase? And we are live. But then we'll
but
never,
not actually live.
we'll never be live, because that would be crazy. So I got Stefan in the building. Stefan Harris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a day or two.
Yeah, it's been a good 24 hours, I'd say.
Dude, I was so excited. We're finally doing the first podcast ever. I feel like we've been talking about this for like a super long time. And I'm looking over to check the vocals, by the way, because we're all new at this shit and we're just learning. No, I feel like
it's a new learning experience for us.
Yeah, if you already have it, that'd be weird as shit, huh? Like, what kind of skills do you have? Podcast skills?
Podcast making skills.
How long have you been doing a podcast? Oh, I haven't. I just already have those skills.
Yeah, I haven't actually done an actual podcast yet.
Sir, that you're definitely not getting a job here at Best Buy. But come on. If there was to have skills, that'd be the place to do an application.
I have like computer hacking skills.
Nunchuck skills. So many skills. No, but we're all learning and man, I'm so nervous to this podcast, dude.
I know, so am I.
So let's talk about the history a little bit. So I started the YouTube channel maybe back in like August, I think, and I started doing those videos. I did, I think, like 2 or 3 of them, and then I stopped doing them. Did I ever tell you why?
No. I still wonder why till this day, like why all of a sudden you stopped.
Well, first of all, I was nervous as shit doing those videos. Dude, there's something weird about like, and you'll feel it when this goes up. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna get judged or some shit. Like, it's weird. You're like, what if that's dumb as fuck? Like, whatever I'm doing. But I put some videos out and people were like super positive after that first one. And the first video was like the here's what you could expect in the future kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember.
And everyone was like super fucking great. They're like, dude, you're awesome. Thanks for putting yourself out there.
Yeah,
and
it was a great video.
I felt good about it. And then the second video went up. It's a little more crazier.
Yeah.
And then the third video went up, and then I got some backlash from it. And this is something that we'll both have to learn for the show we talk. But I had backlash for a video I did. It was actually videos. The one I did of the car salesman one.
Okay.
And it was from way, way back in the day. But I decided to chop it up and add some stuff and then make like almost like a montage of me selling cars. And then one of the videos, being funny, man, that's what we do when we sell cars. We just got to be funny as shit because it's like there's nothing else to do all day. When you're not selling a car, you're joking around. And so in one of the videos, I was pretending to do a walk around. And I was like, the windows, they're black for diversity. And it was like funny. And like we went on.
Yeah, I remember
Nobody, what, 6 years ago when I did it and everyone saw it, like nobody cared.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit.
But when I put it on that video, there's some people that were kind of like, you shouldn't say that, man. Like, what? We can't say black now? The fuck, dude?
Right?
Do you remember for the longest time it was African American? You had to say African American.
Do you remember if it was like a black or white person that commented?
No, it was a fucking asshole on the internet. Like, I didn't like look up his fucking profile. I just knew he was being a dick about it. But it's weird because they started. All right, that's the other part of the story. Is it kind of hurts. Anyways, because that's one of the main reasons why I stopped doing it. I don't really care about stuff like that, or I thought I didn't care about that. And I do remember a time where like everyone was all weird, like, do you have to say African American, bro? And then like after a while, like black people were like, dude, just call us black, dude.
Yeah.
so we moved to black, but I feel like there's still like when you just say the word black, sometimes people are like, what? Like, you can't say that. And I'm like, whatever. So that's how I felt about it. So I'm already cool about it. I don't give a shit.
Like when you get a like a Crayola crayon box, like, and you pull out the black crayon, do you say this is an African American crayon?
I feel like that's a good start. If we want some real progress in this world, that's what we gotta do.
I mean, it just says black right there on the crayon.
It doesn't anymore. It says.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Like, what?
What if it did though? What if it said African American? Or what if it said crayon of color? Somebody stole my crayon of color. Teacher's like, what the fuck? All right, I'm turning myself down a little bit.
Okay.
You cougher. Imagine
Coffee
that shit, though.
McCofferson.
If, yeah, because that would be terrible. All the kids are like, what? Someone stole my crayon of color and my pink one.
Right?
You mean the sunburned white crayon? Can't say pink anymore.
Right?
That's the white people should band together. No, we don't. Not pink. No.
So with like the what would the brown crayon?
I
mean,
don't
there's
know.
not really
Like a potato.
a potato.
What if we just started naming crayons after like vegetables, just to like fucking stay safe? Like, can you pass me the leafy greens? Getting out of hand. But I so that's pretty much what it was. So that was one, like, and it wasn't just one person. There's a few people saying that. And these are just comments like online. And then one person put, this is a side note. Another comment that someone put was, yo, this shit's stupid as fuck, man. I can't believe I wasted my time watching this shit. You need to get some personality. Like, it was just like,
wow,
it's fucking brutal.
Says the guy who probably has no personality.
Like, I would rather someone like just punch me in the face, bro. Than, like,
really? I mean,
I would. At least I respect that.
you'd
Like,
rather
dude, you're
get punched in the face?
yes, than some guy on the internet, some who fuck knows, like around the world, just talking shit. And when he told me that, so all right, so you know me, you know I'm pretty set with my character. But when I read that, I was like, idiot. And then like an hour later, I'm like, I wonder why he'd fucking say that shit. And then
you
I
got like all deep into it.
Yes, and I'm like, so maybe I shouldn't do these videos anymore. Everyone thinks I'm racist, and that guy thinks I need more character and shit, and I need more personality. And then I started realizing, like, just one fucking person.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely you can't. When this podcast goes up or whatever we do in the future, dude, there's gonna be lots of people that like it,
there's
lots
always
of
gonna
people
be
that hate it.
people that hate it, and I mean, that's with anything. Like, you got to get past it. Like,
Yeah, it feels weird, but I think that people are just gonna hate shit, dude. Especially when you're online. It's
Yeah.
so easy, dude. Like it's mostly little bitches, right? Let's just be honest. Because like people that are like confident with who they are, they don't have time for that shit, dude. And if they did, they
Yeah.
would go tell you, right? If they're in person, right?
yeah,
But I think it's mostly just these weird kids on their couches. They have no fucking other purpose in life, and they're like, but online you could be fucking anyone.
yeah,
bro.
you can be anybody you want.
Anyone, including a social justice warrior, including that fucking asshole that wrote that shit on my goddamn video. And he probably did it like to 10 more people that same day, dude. Meanwhile,
Right.
I'm at my house like fucking.
He probably has some
whatever.
like deep daddy issues that like he was never accepted by his father, and
I feel like his comment hurt so bad that I realized that I have deep daddy issues.
what?
Like my dad didn't teach me how to have character and personality.
Your dad didn't teach you podcast skills?
No, he didn't.
Or
He didn't teach me if I'm allowed to say
Montage.
black or African American. He didn't do anything.
didn't
He
tell
did
you,
go out.
hey, these windows are not black, they're African American.
He might have said that. He also went out for a
Really?
pack of cigarettes like 30 years ago.
And he still hasn't come back.
It's a dope ass pack of cigarettes.
It must be a really long line.
Or
at that
specific
convenience
ass
store.
cigarettes. But yeah, that's pretty much how it was. So I decided that I was going to get over it, and then I just decided that I was going to like sit down and kind of do a drawing board situation where I was like going to look at different ideas, what I want to talk about. I also realized how hard that shit is, dude. Like I give props to these people that have these like prank channels and stuff because it's like
so much goes into it.
and you can watch like 10 in a row. And then
Yeah.
it's just nothing. But like all the time and effort and editing and coming up with ideas and trying to be funny
definitely.
and dealing with people that are assholes when they get upset. Like people don't see all that side of it. I only did 3 videos and I started seeing that shit. I'm like, fuck, man.
And you're
it's
like,
way
I
harder.
can't handle this.
So I'm gonna do a podcast, dude. I don't have to go anywhere, dude. I can just walk in the other room and talk some shit. I'm all
Right.
about that life. But it's I'm excited to do this because it was eventually where I wanted to go anyways. That's where it came to, as I was sitting around like, well, what videos am I going to do? And then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just do the podcast stuff already? And I talked to you about it. There's
Yeah.
obviously a deeper story behind why we decided to do it so quickly.
Plus, you watch a lot of podcasts also. Like, you know, I always hear you talking about so-and-so's podcast. Oh, did you hear so-and-so's podcast? It was hilarious. Like,
Yeah, I get into the vibe of them. I feel like it's something you could throw on like while you're at the gym.
Yeah.
You're in your car just driving. Dude, I'll straight up put that shit on my phone while I'm playing video games.
yeah.
Because I'm like an auditory learner. I'm starting to realize that. You know when they
Yeah.
ask you when you're young, like, how do you learn?
Yeah, are you...
I'm just smart, dude. Just figure it out. I don't know.
They're like, are you a hands-on learner? I'm like,
Like hands-on titties? When you're like
I
12
like
years
grabbing boobies.
old. Boobies are cool. Like, that's not what I'm fucking asking, bro. Sorry, I'm just horny. I'm going to go shave my face. That's what men do.
With my kids shaving kit.
The fuck? Why would you have a kid at 12?
I mean, some people would like to be kids.
You know, there's one, we talked about this a second ago. Someone around the world's going to be watching this. They're like, I'm fucking 12 and I have a kid. There's gonna be like one guy that had a kid way too early, or a girl, probably a girl, or both.
A kid that's 12 that has a baby?
Bro, 12-year-olds have kids.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't know any. I'm not, the way I said it, I'm like, bro, there's like a group of these dudes that hang down at fucking Hobby
Do they have
Lobby,
like
bro.
a Facebook group that
they're just
they all
chilling.
hang
They're all
out?
playing cards and shit. No, but they for sure exist, bro. I've heard stories of that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's not as common, but I'm just saying. Some 12-year-olds have kids. This is your fucking idea, by the way. You're the one who said borrow your kid's fucking raise your kid. And the whole premise of the non-existent story was that I'm 12. All right. But
you could be 12 in your mind if you want to.
I mean, don't.
You just gotta live
Probably
your life.
don't fucking do that.
I mean, it's not a good
There's
idea.
so much more things you could be doing with your mind.
That's true.
Let me get some fucking water, bro.
Because hydration is key.
And masturbation gets you bitches.
Yeah.
If you're Raul.
Yeah.
I'll say his name. I won't say his last name. We have a buddy, for those of you listening, and he went high school. He went to this party, and he was having a good time, I would say.
Yeah.
And we all were. And then we're hanging out at this place where we're from called The Grove. It's essentially campus, off-campus housing.
Off-campus
So
housing,
essentially, if you
yeah.
go to college and you want to get wasted and you don't want to lose your scholarship, you fucking move there.
Yeah,
you're
you
allowed
go to the
drink there.
Grove and you can get shit-faced.
So everyone would go there for a while. And I'm pretty sure there's maybe like the new generation still does it. But we're all there at a party having fun, having some shots. Me and my friend Tony, Raul. I think my friend Nate was there. We had met some girls. We're hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah.
My buddy Raul has a little bit of too much of a good time. And all I know is at the end of the night, we're all hanging out. And we're like, where the fuck is Raul? And then we look up, and he's wasted with like a bottle, just yelling, "Masturbation, get your bitches!"
Wow.
And we recorded that shit, and he did it like a bunch of times, dude. It like,
I mean, did he end up getting a bitch at the
he
end?
did not.
No.
He did not. Turns out masturbation
Does not get you bitches.
No, it does the opposite. It gets you a video that the whole fucking school saw. That's what it gets you.
And
He's
a
like, "Don't show
topic on a
people that shit."
podcast.
Yeah, and we did. But we to this day will tell him that, dude. Masturbation gets you bitches, man. He could put that on a t-shirt, I bet.
Yeah, I think it would be a number one seller.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2006.
And I was 08, so you're 2 years earlier than me.
Yeah.
And when I say 08, that's when I should have graduated.
That's when you should have
I
graduated?
did not graduate, but I still rep that shit, son. So
Hey. Do you, boo-boo?
like, what year did you graduate? 08. I'm like, oh, cool. But in the back of my head, I'm like, you didn't graduate, you piece of shit. You GED having asshole.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You fucking loser. Go home and cry about it.
Smell like beef and
You don't know
cheese.
shit about school. No, I got so close, man. I went all the way up to my last semester. And then it was hard, bro. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent. All these Cadillacs and cash money spent.
Oh, yeah? Did you ever own a Cadillac?
I liked a guy named Cadillac Don who rapped. What did he? Do you remember? Inside peanut butter, outside jelly. 7 days of the week, 7 different Chevys.
Yeah, that's a classic. I mean,
but his name's Cadillac Don. Why is he talking about Chevys? I guess it's the same owner. It's not the same, man.
well, I mean, Cadillac is made by Chevy, isn't it?
Yes, I think you missed my point though.
So
Just saying. If I ride a Honda, like, what are you driving? I'm like, it's part of the Acura tree. Like, what? Yeah, it's just like an Acura, but like a little different. Is it a fucking Honda? I mean, same fucking thing, dude.
Right? Let's just go on about your life.
I forgot why I was asking you that though. Oh, so you graduated 06. You graduated from Mayfield, right?
Yeah, Mayfield.
Do you talk to anyone from like your high school group of friends anymore?
Yes. I still every once in a while, like a few weeks ago, I ran into a couple of my friends, Sam, Brandon, David, Elena.
And what are their socials?
I'm not too sure about their social security numbers, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah, thank God.
But yeah, like I ran into them a few weeks ago at a club, and I guess my friend David was getting married that weekend. So apparently, like, they all moved out of Cruces because they were like, oh yeah, we all came back for David's wedding. I was like, oh, you guys are cool. You moved out of Cruces. I mean, kind of made me feel like shit because I'm still here. But, I mean.
That's where you pull one on them. Like, when they're like, yeah, we just got back. Like, I didn't even fucking know you left, man. Like, and they're like, yeah. Like, because you flip some on them. They're like, oh, shit. Like, I thought he cared. He doesn't even know I left.
Right.
And then now they feel insecure. Like, damn it, I should have, like, left more publicly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I'll see people from high school like every once in a while. I'll talk to them, say hi to them. I mean, I graduated in '06, but a lot of my friends, I'd say my junior, senior year, like you and Lloyd and Chris, everybody, went to Oñate. So I was always probably majority of my senior year, I was always hanging out over there at Oñate.
I didn't even know you didn't go there.
Yeah.
Whenever you told me, I'm like, what the fuck did I say to it every day?
Yeah, I even it's probably a sad thing, but some of the security guards actually thought I went there, and I would get yelled at when I'd be walking in the hallways and I wasn't in class.
Bro, if I was a security guard, I would have fucking shot you. Just like,
what? Why?
Just because, man. You look shootable.
I'm pretty sure security guards don't carry guns.
I would be a terrible security guard. I'm just saying. I'd be like, sorry. That fucking security guard killed like 6 kids this week.
Yeah.
How do you justify your actions, sir? They just look shootable.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, they just have that face. That
I just feel like you have that vibe about you. I feel like if I was a security guard, I'd know that you didn't go there. Just something.
Really?
Yeah. I'd be like, you.
Why?
Fucking asshole. I don't know.
Fucking asshole.
Would you prefer that or shootable? I don't know. These are the options.
I guess I
trying to move away from that, but you're gonna bring that shit up, huh?
But yeah, like I went there like a lot, pretty much like every day during lunch. Sometimes when I'd skip class, like I'd go over there, and yeah.
Just think about what you're saying right now. Sometimes I'd skip class at my high school.
Yeah,
I'd just head on down to the other high school, you know.
I know, that's
and
like,
also not go to any of their classes.
Now that I say it out loud, I realize how stupid that sounds.
You should just enrolled like on the spot. Like, you don't already go here? No.
Yeah, I guess I've held that in all these years, and I never realized how stupid it was until I said it out loud.
Oh, it took that long, huh?
Yeah.
06, you said, right?
Yeah. So
pretty quick. I almost graduated in 08. And then moved on. But I feel like in high school, for me, it was I just didn't enjoy it, man. Like, I really didn't enjoy it. I think high school was I played basketball, so it was about basketball. It was about my friends. It was about girls. It was about all the other things at high school.
Girls you do adore?
I do adore. I didn't adore any of those girls, by the way. But I feel like that was my main reason for going to school, and I couldn't fucking focus in school. I remember skipping class and going to your high school. No, I'm just kidding. I never did that.
I'm like, get out of here. Do you even know where Mayfield is?
I should have went. No, I would skip class, but like not. Dude, I used to get bullied by these kids in this class, and I was like a junior at this point, dude. I was still getting bullied, and I would.
You were tall in high school, though.
Bro. Bullies don't give a fuck, dude. I wish I needed
don't
you
care
back then.
how tall you are.
If there was like a little voice in my head, like, dude, you could fuck these dudes up, right? That would have been like super.
Yeah,
helpful.
exactly.
But it wasn't that. They were just like, it was an advanced math class. I got put into it by accident, and I guess the teacher didn't realize like that I was in the wrong class, and so it was I'm in college class. You know, you could take them early in high school.
Yeah.
And I was a sophomore or a junior. I want to say I was a junior, but maybe I was a sophomore.
So did you just like not tell anybody that?
Well, I didn't fucking know, dude. I just remember going like, what the fuck, like. Like, you guys are probably familiar with radiuses of the symbolisms of all these embolisms and trypanoboids, and I was like, yeah, we fucking covered that shit. And so I just didn't know, dude. And like, I started realizing that everyone in the class was like way smarter than me. And I'm like, God, I used to be like one of the smartest guys. Like, I just kind of
now you're like at the bottom of the totem pole.
But I think I said something stupid one day. Like, they asked for an answer to a question. I said something that was obviously not the answer. And then
clearly
people made fun of me, and I was like, oh, whatever. And the next day, I didn't want to go anymore. So it was that form of bullying. They weren't like going to beat me up, but they just made me feel like I was stupid.
And like compared to them, I probably bullying.
It was mental bullying for sure. But I feel like 90% of bullying is mental. By the way, is there a dude out there like 90% physically abusing? He like doesn't even say anything. He's just all physical.
Yeah,
and 10% he's verbal. Just like bitch. Like when he walks away after
beat you up silently.
It's mostly physical. He's I think he knows my name though.
Yeah.
He knows my name.
Yeah.
So they were like emotionally bullying me, and I remember thinking like, I can't go to this fucking class anymore. I feel like shit. So I'd skip that class and then just go to the bathroom and like lock the stall, and I fucking like sometimes I'd take a fucking nap in there, dude.
Wow.
I would like sit
in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'd sit on the toilet seat with the toilet seat down, obviously, and I would just lean my head against the wall and I'd fall asleep like that.
You guys had like the covering toilet seats?
Not like the covering one, but like not like I wasn't like in the like the porcelain part of it. Imagine I'm like, you suck. Your butt's gonna touch the water.
Right.
I just like sit in there. You deserve this, loser.
Wet butt, wet butt.
I'm all swirling myself in there.
Back when you had hair.
I would take naps, and sometimes I would like fall asleep on the wall, and I would wake up because I would like slowly slide. And like my head would hit the thing that holds the toilet paper, like the little metal part.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. And I did that shit for a long time. And then I went back to the class, and then the teacher was like, "You're not supposed to be in here." I'm like, "You're fucking telling me."
Like, can I get my backpack next to my
like,
desk?
God, even the fucking teachers bully me now. She's like, "No, you're not supposed to be in this class. Like, you're signed up for." I literally, it was me, bro. Like, it wasn't like they put me in the wrong class. I read my shit wrong. Went to the wrong.
Went to the wrong class.
She was adding me to the fucking. They take roll for the first couple weeks when you go to a class. She was like, "Oh, Will doesn't seem to be on my fucking list here. What's your Will Palmer? I'll just write you in." And so, so when she turned them in, they're like, "Who's this fucking Will dude?" And then I guess I told her like, that he's not in your, he's in the wrong. Because meanwhile, the other class was writing me as absent. And so they're like, "Why isn't Will going to this class?" Turns out I was skipping the real class too. So
to go
like,
to advanced mathematics.
So
class.
I wasn't skipping. I was just in the wrong class. But I was also skipping that class. And so when I went back, she was like, "Yeah, you're at the wrong room."
I was trying to advance my learning.
Yeah, I was just trying to be ambitious.
You
so
know.
that Steve Jobs documentary, you got to step my shit up. Maybe do some acid. Wow. That's how I made the iPod. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, you made the iPod.
I only know this. I don't know why I keep saying documentary. It for sure was not a documentary because fucking Ashton Kutcher was in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was not a documentary.
But there was a documentary as well. That's why I say that. But I watched the reenactment one with Ashton Kutcher, and he talks about how Steve Jobs came up with the iPod doing acid in college. Him and like a girlfriend were like hanging out on like a grassy area, and they had their fucking, it was either cassette or a CD player. And they were all like on acid, just staring at the sky. And he's like, he would have to switch his disc, and he was like, "Man, I wish that I had a way to put like all my favorite songs in my pocket." Wow. And that's how when he came off of it.
iPod came.
Yeah, when he came off of it, he decided he didn't just like, "Now it exists." He like was really smart already. Right? He's like, "I'm just gonna focus."
You took an advanced mathematics class.
Yeah, that's how I know this shit. They talk about Steve Jobs in that class. But no, that's how he sat down and just came up with the tech for it, and that's how he came up with the idea of it. So I need to do some acid, bro.
So, like, did he, like, talk to somebody the next day and was like, "I have this great idea. I was tripping on acid last night."
I have a weird feeling he left that part out. I don't fucking know. I didn't even, like, I don't know. We got to call Ashton.
Yeah, we got to ask him because I'm pretty sure he knows.
Steve. Hey, Steve. Steve.
Hey, Stevie.
Seriously, how did you make the iPod? I'm not Steve, you weird fuck. Whatever, Steve. You're silly.
Right?
You know Steve Jobs died, right?
You're such a jokester.
You're crazy, Steve. Just keep playing that shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my goal in life is to do acid.
Really? That's your goal?
No. I guess if there was a way to skip the acid part and just get to the iPod part, I'd do that. But
I think that's everybody's goal.
I have an itching suspicion the acid must happen. I don't think I could ever do psychedelics again.
Again?
I did. Remember my stupid fucking week-long mind trip? I did.
Yes. Okay, yes.
So let's tell everyone about that story. I did some tea. I don't fucking know. It's never a good idea if you don't know.
Was it green tea?
No, it was black as fuck, dude. I think it was like the devil's like blood, bro. I don't know what it was.
Was it African American tea?
No, it was tea of color. It was so we're hanging out at a buddy's house. Sean Hawkins was there, a few other people, that group of people, you know who I'm talking about. And we're hanging out with this dude. He was like Navajo or something. I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was Navajo. Whatever Pocahontas was, I think he was that one. He was
the Pocahontas tribe?
He was Pocahontas tribe, yes. He was part of the Hontuses.
The Hontuses?
he was in some sort of tribe, and he was like, hey, like, do you guys want to drink this tea and make sure you hallucinate? But it's only for like an hour or two. It'll be fun. We'll all do it. And this is like at a time in my life where I was like doing other stuff. Like I was doing ecstasy and fucking smoking pot. And what's the little like Hauntus tea gonna do?
Hauntus tea.
Little Hauntus tea. It's so like I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And there's like 5 of us. I watched him. He gets it's like a flower from a cactus somewhere here. He gets it here in Las Cruces, dude.
Wow.
He takes the flower and he grinds it up in what almost looks like a weed grinder. And then he boiled it in the water, and then he used this little thing to strain all the herbs out.
Yeah.
To where he just had
a strainer.
A strainer, I think it was called. Did you go to that math class in high
I mean,
school?
I might have.
You're so fucking smart right now. Yeah, he like, but it wasn't like a fucking strainer like you'd like have noodles with. It was like like one of those mini little like scooper ones, and he would like squeeze it with like a spoon, like a crack spoon. The story's getting crazy, huh? Like just a regular spoon. Because there's only 2 types of spoons, by the way. There's a crack spoon and a regular spoon. But a regular spoon could easily become a crack spoon. But a crack spoon should never become a regular spoon after you used it for crack. That's just the thing.
Probably not.
Let's move on. So he had a spoon, and he strained all the stuff out, and then so we gave us the tea, maybe like this much in a cup. We're all hanging out, and we started drinking it. And all I remember is like an hour passed. We drink our cup like fucking pretty quick. Yeah. And nothing was happening, and it wasn't happening for anyone else either. So everyone's just kind of hanging out. And I remember it did give me fucking cotton mouth, like bad cotton mouth, like if I had like smoked a bunch of weed or something. And I think during this time it was hitting me, but like, you know, when like, you know, you're like, oh, this is nothing. Like, I don't think I'm there yet. And so, but I had cotton mouth. So
kind of like, what was it? Wolf of Wall Street when they take the pills.
Those Quaaludes.
Yeah.
This was way worse than that.
Worse than that.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Don't put me up against that scene. It was longer than that for sure. But I when I had cotton mouth, I went around and I started drinking everyone's fucking tea, dude. Because I had cotton mouth, and so I was like, oh, like, anyways, like, how's life been? And then like his would be gone because I fucking drink it. Yeah. And I did that with everyone. So it turns out that I drink like a lot of fucking tea.
Wow.
And so everyone started tripping out, and I remember like I started tripping out way harder than them. And then for like an hour or two, it started off small. I think I like would see like a thing on the carpet, like a stain on the carpet, and it would move, and I thought like it was a bug or something. Yeah. Then I'd fucking like look, and it wasn't. Other people would say stuff like, dude, look at that thing on the ceiling, and I would look up and I would see kind of what they're seeing. Yeah. So it started off fun, and then they all came down. Wow. And so like they were,
and you're still way up there in the clouds.
Yeah. So they all came down at one point, and I was like, I remember them telling me, they're like, dude, we're going to bed. And I'm like, how the fuck are you guys going to bed with all these fucking sea urchins? Like, I was seeing all kinds of shit. You guys are just going to sleep in this fucking house? There's like all this crazy stuff happening. And then so they decided to go to sleep. In my trip, I thought I slept, but apparently I did not. I just stayed up all night doing something. I almost fought one of the girl's brothers. And, because I lost my sense of balance, and I fell into him, and he thought I was drunk, but I was really just tripping on tea. On this Hauntus. Little Hauntus.
On the Hauntus tea.
And then so, yeah, like everyone, and then they woke up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still like all fucking dead-eyed on the couch, like, Will, are you good? And I'm like, dude, like all this shit, like in my trip, like all these things had happened. I had conversations with people that weren't there. I was walking around doing stuff, but I really wasn't. I was just sitting in this chair, and they got so annoyed with me that they're like, dude, I can't fucking like have him here anymore, because they were already coming off of it. Yeah. Like not feeling great, and I was just seeing stuff that wasn't real. And so like they were, we called up, that's when they called Lord and Hector.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, hey man, like Will's tripping out. He can't stay at our house. Like he's gonna have to stay with you for a while. And like in my trippy brain, I'm like, dude, take me wherever. Like just get me out of this fucking
anywhere
house,
but
dude.
Here.
Yeah, this house is a goddamn nightmare. And so they took me to Lord and Hector's, and I tripped for I think like 3 days straight.
3 days?
Nonstop. And when I got to their house, like, Will, what's wrong with you, dude? At one point, I thought, all I remember is that it would be daytime.
Did you sleep at all in those 3 days?
I thought I did. Again, like in my head, I'm like, oh, thank God I've been getting sleep. And then they were like, dude, you haven't slept. Dude, you've been doing up all night. Like we had to check in on you. You've been doing the weirdest shit. And at points, I would just sit there like this.
Just sitting on the couch staring at the wall.
Like for a long ass time.
Wow.
But in my head, I was doing shit. And so like, yeah, just it'd be daytime. It would be hanging out. Like it really was daytime. Yeah. But in my trip, like it would just like a movie scene, and it would be dark. And then we're at a fucking party. There's a party in the house, and these dudes are trying to fight me, and they're like, fuck you, Will. And I'm like, I got up. Like, and in my head, I'm at a party, but like Lloyd and Hector are looking at me like, what is he doing? And I walked over to the front door. It's like a glass door. Yeah. And in my head, again, nighttime, dudes outside trying to fight me. And I'm like, you want to get it? And they're just like, Will, what are you doing? And I went up to Lloyd, and I'm like, dude, these dudes are trying to fucking fight outside. And he's like, dude, nobody's there. And I started getting mad at Lloyd. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's
You're not
how
going to
it's
have my
gonna
back
be?
then? Yeah.
That's how
What do
it's
you mean
gonna
no
be?
one's there? All right, fuck you then, dude. But then all of a sudden he's
I thought
like,
we were brothers.
yeah, you dick. He was like, Will, nobody's outside, and we're not at a party. And I was like, what do you mean? And I would look outside, and it was like I was back and like normal. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I swear to God, there's a party right now. And that's when they were like, dude, all right, Will's on some shit.
Yeah.
And I lost my ability to see short, like in front of my face. Like my near vision, whatever.
Nearsighted.
And so
is that what it is?
I couldn't read my own text. And I could hold it out like really far, and I think I could kind of see a little bit.
Yeah.
But it got better the further away it was, so my depth perception was off. And so like each day I'd wake up. Apparently I didn't fucking like sleep at all.
Imaginarily wake up.
And I would just look at my phone, and I would just see like, and it was a little bit clear. And on the third day, maybe 3 days of tripping. So on the fourth day, I woke up and I could read my fucking text, dude. And I was like, yes! I was so happy, dude. And I was like, I'm never going to do anything else ever again. I mean,
clearly was not true.
For sure not true. But I did never do a psychedelic again. I never did mushroom. I don't think I ever want to, unless I'm trying to get that iPod made.
Yeah.
But I never want to do that shit.
Come up with a new invention.
What do you think is the most, what kind of drugs have you done?
I mean,
like list them.
It's a very short list because I've only smoked weed.
Is it so short that you're having a hard time talking about it?
Well, I mean, that's it. Like,
weed? What
I've
else?
smoked weed.
List
That's
them
it.
off. That's it?
Yeah, I've only smoked weed.
Oh, dude, why didn't you just say that shit?
Yeah, that's why I was trying to say, like, it's a very short list, and I've smoked weed, and that's it.
All right, you keep peeking a lot, bro. You're gonna have to. You have to be better. You have to be better, man. Dude, when I asked you, like, hey, what drugs have you done? You should have just been like, weed.
Yeah, I've smoked
That's how
weed.
fucking quick that conversation is. Well, let me think. It's just kind of hard. Let me see. Where do I start?
I've smoked weed.
Only done weed. I just done weed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how quick that should have been. So you literally just done weed?
Yeah, I've
have you ever smoked spice?
Yes, I've actually smoked spice.
Have you drank alcohol?
That was actually an interesting one.
Your spice one?
Yes.
What happened on spice?
So I went over to our friend Tony's house.
What's his social?
What's up with you and getting everybody social?
Because you just started listing off friends earlier. You're like, me, Dave, Frank, Jesse, Caleb, Jorge. We're all friends in high school. You could have just said like you had friends.
Well, okay. So, anyways, I went to my friend Tony's house. We were hanging out for a bit, and he was like, "Hey, I got some spice. Do you wanna try it out?" I was like, "Well, what exactly is this?" And he was like, "Well, it's like weed." I was like, "What do you mean like weed?" And he pulled it out. He showed it to me. I was like, "Yeah, that does look like weed. It does."
Does it though? I've seen some spice that doesn't look like weed.
Yeah.
So this one did though?
Yeah, this one did look like weed. And I asked him, does it give you like the same high as weed does? And he said, yeah, it gives you the same high. You just may feel a little bit different. I was like, okay. In my head, I was thinking, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. You're an idiot if you're going to try this spice. But of course, I was like, fuck you, voice in my head. I'm going to do what I want. You can't tell me what to do.
That's just the weed talking.
Right?
He doesn't want me to do spice. But I know spice will be awesome.
Yeah, so I ended up trying it. I ended up smoking it. It took about probably 15 minutes to kick in.
Mine kicked in way faster.
Yeah, clearly.
I smoked spice once and it was not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So 15
minutes
later.
15 minutes went by.
How much hits did you take?
I'd probably say I took like 4 hits.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That can't be good.
Yeah.
I can't even take 1 hit of regular weed and be normal. All
yeah.
right, so 4 hits
I
of spice.
can't either. But yeah, so I took 4 hits and 15 minutes went by. Like, I wasn't feeling anything. And then all of a sudden, boom, it hit me.
And where were you at?
We were at Tony's house.
Okay.
I believe it was his house, if I remember correctly.
Spice didn't fuck up all my goddamn memories.
Right.
I may have been at a Wendy's. I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
It was Tony's house or Wendy's. Let's move on.
Those are only 2 options. But
Is it just you and Tony, or is there other people there?
I remember one. I think one other person was there. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, after that 15 minutes passed, I started feeling high, and I was like, all right, this does, kind
Like
of feel like
a weed
weed.
high? It does.
Yeah,
Okay.
it felt like a weed high. Um, and then I started like my body felt like really tingly, like I started getting kind of like paranoid, like I started like freaking out a little bit because
So far it still sounds like weed.
yeah, well, I mean, um, no, I don't know. I can't. I don't know really how to explain it. I guess, but like it was definitely a different kind of high
Did you? How
than
long do you
weed.
think it lasts for?
It only lasted for like probably 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, mine lasted pretty quick. I smoked spice for the first time ever with Tony. You see a trend here?
Yeah, I'm
God,
Tony.
that guy.
Tony has a lot of V cards of
Taking
or
people's
what?
spice cards,
Would
S
you?
cards.
Yeah, what you call it? S cards.
We're at a party. This is what's even worse, bro. Is we're at a party, and I was smoking weed a little bit, but now I'm like a regular pot smoker.
Yeah.
And so we're at a party, and Lloyd was with me there. Lloyd actually smoked with me, dude. And Lloyd
Wow.
doesn't do anything.
No, he
And I don't
doesn't.
remember why. It was so long ago, but we're at a party, and Tony will always hand you the blunt. Like even
Oh,
like
yeah.
he knows I don't smoke weed like hardly ever, but
Still to this day,
he's like,
he
"You want
does
that,
it.
bro? There you go." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't know if you know this, but I don't smoke weed still for the 20 goddamn years I know you.
Right?
If I do smoke weed, I will let you know."
Yeah,
Like, hey,
I will.
but it's just
give you a
natural for him.
heads
So I
up.
think he did that, and I don't want to like recall the events, but I remember getting the weed or getting the spice blunt, and then looking at Lloyd, and then Lloyd was like, "Dude, I'm in. Like, let's smoke some." And
Wow.
then that's what made me do it because I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm like, "Dude, Lloyd doesn't do
Because
shit,
Lloyd
bro."
said
Yes, well, he doesn't do anything. I'm like, this could be like the best memory I've ever had.
So like, if he said, "Hey, let's go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge," you'd be like,
I'm like,
"Yeah,
wait, is
hell
there like
yeah."
a bunch of spice down there or something that we're gonna get? Then yes, we will jump off that
Yes.
bridge. No, he like it's so like we agreed to do it, or I told like we didn't even like yes, I agree to
Yes.
do this right now. I just looked at him and we gave a nod, and he's like, all right. And I think I took one hit. I may have gotten it back. I don't remember, but I took one hit, gave it to him, took a hit, maybe a second hit for him, and then I remember it didn't hit me right away, kind of like what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, here you go, brother. And I give it back to him. And I started talking to like a different. He was in a group of people, and then me and Lloyd were talking like these two other people. And there's this like little chunky dude, and he was like just telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember hitting a point where I was like it just got really funny. And he wasn't a funny guy. But I got like the giggles, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it got like kind of like the paranoia, like a really super intense weed feeling is what I felt like.
Yeah.
Where it was uncomfortable a little bit. But then I remember thinking like he's kind of like funny, like, but he's not saying anything funny. I just feel like laughing.
You just felt.
And then I look over, and like at the other end of the circle of people talking, there's Lloyd just fucking staring at me.
at you. Oh
Like
wow.
the same look where we agreed to smoke it. It was that same look, like, oh shit,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're just as high as I am right now. And we got so fucking high, and I remember thinking like, this is the worst place to be high. I'm around strangers. Some of these people I know, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Will must be on some shit, because I must have been acting like not weed high. I was acting pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I felt like it was a different kind of high.
It was more intense. I did get a little sick towards the end, but here's
Yeah.
the weirdest part of the whole thing is it just like went away. Like
Yeah, it
around
ju-
45
just-
minutes. I didn't come down slowly. It was just
It
like
just
I
disappeared.
was like, "Oh, I'm high. I'm not high anymore."
Yeah,
And I was like,
that-
what
it
the
just
fuck,
stopped
dude?
like abruptly. Like,
And that makes sense because people that smoke spice smoke a lot of fucking spice, dude.
yeah,
So if you're a spice dealer, and we know a few, and we won't say their names, you got to make bank off that shit. Because if you're
Yeah.
selling it for normal prices, but they need to buy a lot of that shit. I mean, I don't think people are buying it anymore. Maybe they are.
I haven't heard about spice in a while.
But I would
honestly.
assume if you're an avid spice smoker, you got to buy a bunch of that shit, and you're just making bank, dude.
Yeah,
I would never do it again because I like to enjoy it. Like, I smoked weed. The last time I smoked weed was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
But I enjoy that shit. It's like an event, dude. I'll plan it out like literally like an event. Like most people are like, you want to get high and then fucking like
yeah.
just
it's
do homework and shit, or like do your go to work or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they do.
Oh God, I will admit I am not a functional high. So I like when I used to smoke like every once in a while, it always had to be like at night at home, like somewhere where I know I'm just gonna chill at for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because I tried driving while I was high one time, and that was the last time I did that.
Where were you going?
I don't even remember where I was going. I just remember.
Where were you at whenever you smoked?
Okay, so I was at home. I think I was at home. And then I left. Like I said, I don't remember where I was going. I just remember I was driving down Missouri. And where the bridge is at, where
Yes.
it crosses over, in between
The overpass?
Travis. Yeah, the overpass. I just remember driving down Missouri, and like my depth perception was way off because I think
Did you brake way before the
yeah,
light?
I braked. I think somebody was with me, but I can't remember who it was. But I remember I braked and I came to a complete stop, and the person that was with me was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "What, dude? The light's red. Like you're supposed to stop at red lights." And my friend told me, he was like, "Dude, it's like still like a long ways away."
Was your friend high too?
Yeah, he was high, but like he was
like a
the
better
functional high. Yeah.
He's like,
Which-
loser, it's your first time? Let's get you arrested.
Right? So, yeah, he was like, dude, it's like way like down more. Like you can keep going and then come to
Was there a lot of
complete
traffic? Were
stop.
people honking?
No, this was like late at night. It was like in the middle of the night. So I mean, luckily there was nobody on the road at the time. But yeah, that was one of the times I realized I wasn't a functional high, or I at least couldn't drive while I was high. There was another time when I was at work, and one of my coworkers asked me. He was like, "Hey, I got a joint. You want to go out and back and smoke it?" I was like, "All right, cool."
It's like one of those commercials.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want a joint? Do you want to smoke?
Right? Do you want to smoke some marijuana?
Do you remember that little kid that would pop out? And they're like at a park, and the kid's like, "You want to smoke some weed?" And the kid's like, "I don't smoke weed. I smoke fools like you on the b-ball court."
Yeah,
You heard that
I
shit?
remember that commercial.
Whenever you said that right now, do you want to smoke this joint? I just pictured that, like, fucking.
Yeah,
weird.
that's
It's always like a dude in a hoodie. Remember that's how people
I
perceive
know
weed.
some like creepy.
It's like a dude in a hoodie, like, "Hey kids, come here." He's like in a
Right.
bush somewhere. You guys ever heard of
just
marijuana?
pops out of nowhere.
What's marijuana? Makes you really happy, and you eat. Everything tastes delicious, and you're funny, and everyone enjoys you. Okay, I'll have a lot of it. Do you have $5 for
Yeah,
gas?
well, I can't say he was not in a hoodie.
Okay, he was not in a hoodie.
He was not in a
All right,
hoodie.
I'm just saying.
I will
He's one of those
clarify
new
that.
age guys. He's wearing a
He was
white
in a
beater.
work uniform.
He was in a work.
So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go out and smoke with you a little bit. So we went out back.
You worked with him?
Yeah.
What job was this?
We
Where were you
worked
at?
together.
Where were you at? Where were we working?
I don't really want to say.
All right.
It's probably not a good idea.
It was his mom's house. His mom gave him a summer job. He doesn't want her to know that he was smoking pot. He just disguised it like, yeah, I was at work.
Yeah, I was
You're at
at
your
work.
fucking mom's house. Couldn't leave. All right.
Smoking with my roommates.
So you're at work. Is this a business work? That's all.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Give us
it's
something without.
It's a
give me-
business.
Okay. Food industry.
Yes, food industry,
Okay.
business. It's constantly very busy, but like we had some downtime.
Okay.
And my coworker was like, hey, do you want to go smoke a joint real quick? And I went out with him. I took a few hits, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll be all right. I walked back inside and I continued working. It was like kind of like closer to the end of our shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing my closing stuff. I was draining out because at the end of the night we had to drain the fryers out.
So there's fryers at this
Yes,
business.
there's fryers.
We're getting really close to figuring it out. I'm going Grandy's.
Grandy's.
All
I
right.
never worked at Grandy's.
As I get more info, my guesses will get better. So you're cleaning the grease pits.
Yes, the fryers. I was draining the oil.
So it wasn't a deli. We can rule out delis.
Yeah, it was not Subway.
Okay.
And I was draining out one of the fryers, and one of my other coworkers started coming up and just talking to me, having regular conversation. And I noticed the high started kicking in. I was like, holy shit, like I'm pretty high right now.
This is an employee or a customer that's talking to you?
An employee. It was another coworker.
Okay.
Of mine.
So there's 3 of you at this job so far? Keep going.
So we start talking, and the fryer's draining out. And then all of a sudden, he looks down and he points down and he's like, dude, the grease is spilling all over your leg. I was like, what? You're crazy. It was literally like an old school. Like, that's how it was. Like, I was like, you're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
Was he crazy, though?
No, he was not crazy at all, because I looked down and the burning hot-ass fryer oil was draining all over my leg.
Do you have a scar?
I don't have a scar, but...
It's because you're brown.
Yeah, that's
blended in.
Pretty much.
Brown people don't scar. Everyone knows that.
But yeah, so I look down and the hot fryer oil is just draining all over my leg. I guess I had kicked the grease trap over that it was draining into.
Mm-hmm.
I kicked it over and it was just draining all over my leg.
And you couldn't feel it?
And I could not feel it. That's how high I was. I was like, holy shit. Like, I closed the thing
trap?
that not the trap.
What's the name of the business? I'll help you figure out what it's called.
You really want me to tell you where it's at?
Not if you don't want to talk about it.
So I stopped the grease from coming out, and still, like, after all this, it's burning my leg, I still did not feel anything, which still blows my mind, which I guess that's how high I was.
Did you feel it when the high went away?
I definitely felt it when the high went away.
What if that was you're like, no, it's almost like it never happened.
Yeah, like, literally, like, I'd probably say, yeah, the next morning, I woke up and my leg was burning. Like,
was it?
Yeah. And I went in the bathroom and I looked at my leg. All of my hairs from probably my kneecap down were
Mm-hmm.
burned off. I had some pretty bad burns on my legs. And yeah, that's...
Are you really burping and coughing into the mic right now?
No.
You gotta work on your podcast etiquette, man. Heard you cough like 10 times. Now you're belching.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, bro. You get your shit
But
together.
yeah, that was the last time that I smoked at work, and I decided from then on that I am not a functional high. I cannot, drive while I'm high. I can't work while I'm high. Like, I'm just not a functional high.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw a story going differently. I thought there's gonna be some ultimate ending where, like, I don't know, your life changed or something.
Well, it was a life-changing moment. I realized that I cannot be out in public while I'm high.
I mean, I guess that changed your life.
I mean, that's a life
I feel
lesson.
like a lot more funner things would happen if you did. Those are the best stories, getting high at work. I don't think I've ever got high. I ate a pot cookie at a call center.
Yeah.
That was fun. But that's a different kind of high, man. You don't get, like, paranoid. You just get a little relaxed. You definitely don't do your job. I could, like, vouch for that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember. I didn't even plan on it. There's a group of people I used to always take calls with, or like, like we'd all sit together, and then one dude was like, "Dude, do you want a pot cookie?" And I was like, "What?"
So what job was this? You were taking phone
I don't give
calls?
a fuck. It was at RDD. I'll fucking say it. All my RDD people, I don't give a shit. Because I'm pretty sure this is the worst thing that happened at RDD.
Probably.
And also, that's not the name of the company anymore, so I'm cool with it. But it was at RDD.
You lucky bastard.
And then this dude gave me the pot cookie, and I remember eating it. And of course, it takes forever to hit you. So it was early in the shift, but all I remember is like the last 2 hours, I was so fucking lazy. And like, like the whole point of the job was it was surveys. And so like you would call people, you're like, hey, this is Will Palmer. I just want to find out if you're into pickles. Or like we're doing like a pickle survey.
Well, yeah, I remember I got you the job there.
Yeah.
So of course I remember that.
I'm just for the people that don't know. I'm just saying, like, and it would be like, well, what do you like? How many pickles do you eat? Like, well, what's your favorite pickle? Like, do your friends like pickles?
Do you like movie
On
theater
a scale
pickles?
of 1 to 10, how green was the last pickle you ate? It was like the weirdest stuff, right? And obviously it wasn't
know.
the pickles, but
The
you get the point.
surveys there were so stupid.
But the whole point was like you had to get a certain amount of completes or else you weren't like a good employee. And it wasn't commission based. I don't know why. There's something. It was so long ago. There's a reason you wanted to get your completes. I think they just like give you shitty shifts or something if you don't like get them. And so like I remember being so high off this pot cookie and like I'm like, hello? Like, it's like outbound call. Like, yeah, hello, who's this? I'm like, it's Will. Like,
just like a normal conversation.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, Will. Like, who are you calling for? I was like, for you.
For you.
And they're like, why? Just want to know if you fucking eat pickles, man. Or like whatever the study was. And they're like, what are you doing, man? Like one guy like lectured me, like, you got to get your shit together, man.
Because remember
Yeah,
they
right.
would have like the list of like responses that you had to give.
Well, it was, it was like a computer. So you'd have to enter the response before you could go into the next one. And obviously, let's talk about a real one, right? Because there was never a pickle one. They're usually political. Or we did a bunch of ones about fucking owls. Like, do you know that the burrowing owl is extinct or almost extinct? And they would go, no. You're like, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you know? They're like, I just said I didn't know. But if you had to put it to a scale,
put it on a number
because you had to enter a fucking number. They're like, I don't even know what owls are. So you would say
you couldn't put IDK
and then they would just
on the
fucking hang up on
computer.
you. But I remember being so high and like people would be like, every now and then you luck out and someone's like, hell yeah, I love surveys. Like, and you're like, what? And I was so high. I'm like, really, dude? Like I was
you're like disappointed in that.
just hoping to get answering machines for the next 2 hours, dude. But I remember just being super chill, and I was so chill that when I was done, I didn't even want to leave. Like I clocked out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking like hang out here for a while.
You didn't even want to get in and drive home.
Like, well, you know you're not getting paid for this. I'm like, I'm cool with that, dude.
At this point, I don't even care.
Just here to learn, man. What do you think? I haven't moved in the last 2 hours. I want people to know I'm focused. But that was the only time I think. I'm pretty sure if I really like search my brain, I'm pretty sure I smoked some weed at work one time, but I'm definitely not a functional high.
No, you did smoke when you were a cook at Pizza Hut.
Did I smoke at work though? I don't think I ever did. I know like the managers would smoke a lot, and they would always go, "Hey, Will, like, can you watch the entire fucking restaurant while we go smoke in the back? And if you do, this might give it away. I won't say the name of the restaurant, but if you do, we'll give you free pizzas." And there's a pizza joint, and then I was like, "That's weird that I had to add that in there, huh?" What if it's free pizzas? It was like a Mexican restaurant.
Wow.
No, it was for sure a pizza joint. And then, so I would do it. I would just watch the whole store, and they would come back all high, like, thanks, man. And, like, I would just take home, like, 5 pizzas. But I don't think I ever smoked I know everyone would smoke in the shed. I know that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did once. Yeah, I had to have at least once, huh? I guess I just don't have any memories from it. Probably because I was so goddamn high.
Probably.
But I would never do that again. I can't. If I smoke, I was saying this earlier, it's like an event. And I like tell people, like, dude, fucking next Friday, I'm doing it, dude. I'm smoking weed. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, like next Friday. It's
you like made an event out of it?
Yeah, it's like 2 Mondays before, and they're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why don't you just do it like tonight or something? Nope. Yeah. It's next Friday. I picked out my movie. I'm gonna go like get my favorite snacks, man. And then like people text me,
a 40-year-old virgin. When
people text me, what are you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go like silent for the next few hours, dude, because it's my pot time.
Your pot time.
Pot time, and I can't be sending pot texts all stupid.
Wow.
So just don't text me, man. And then that was my event. I would smoke. I could maybe stay awake for like an hour or two, and then I'd just go to bed.
Just go to sleep.
Yep. I get the best fucking night's sleep of my goddamn life. And then I would have the craziest dreams. Dude, I was watching a different podcast, and they were talking about sleep and how important sleep is. And then it was
a sleeping podcast.
No. I feel like the worst podcast in the world.
It's like 2 guys with narcolepsy.
Like that dude on Miss Doubtfire that plays with those dinosaurs, and they all like fall asleep and shit. You remember that?
It's like in Deuce Bigelow when he goes on that date with that girl that has narcolepsy.
Oh yeah. I know.
And she falls asleep in the restaurant.
Or Mr. Bean in the rat race, remember? He just like falls asleep all places. No, it wasn't a sleep podcast. It was a regular podcast, and the guy was talking about how important sleep is.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about And then one of the people said, hey, I smoke a lot of weed, and then when I stop smoking weed, I have like these crazy dreams.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying that weed is actually, even though it's people smoke it to go to bed, right?
Yeah.
But weed is actually, it inhibits you from getting good sleep. You don't actually hit REM a lot.
You
You
don't hit
do,
the
obviously.
REM?
I was, but your body misses out on that really, really good sleep.
Well,
And
I think everybody's different though.
for
What
sure.
did you
So we're
say,
talking
like-
generally, right?
Yeah.
But he was saying that like if you smoke weed a lot, your body it kind of remembers. Like it doesn't just go away. It remembers that you need all that sleep. So when you finally stop smoking weed, it like releases all these hormones, and that's why you have crazy ass dreams.
Oh,
Same thing
wow.
with alcoholics. If you're drinking a bunch and then maybe you go to rehab, and then that you usually have crazy dreams. Or if you go to
Crazy
jail,
dreams.
people that are drug addicts, they get arrested. They have crazy dreams in jail because it's your body's recovering all
yeah.
that deep ass sleep, and that's
Oh,
where you
wow.
have all the dreams. But for me, it was the opposite. I think I don't smoke weed enough to get to that point. But with me, when I smoked weed, I would have the craziest dreams. Like the night I smoked weed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they were so vivid. I feel and smell. I'd wake up like fuck, dude. But I think if I did that a lot, I would eventually like they would go away. Sounds
I
like.
can still smell the field of daisies that I was running in.
Yeah, dude, have you ever done that? Like where you ate something
Ran
in a
in
dream?
a field of daisies.
Yeah, you ever ran in a field of daisies?
I mean, who hasn't?
Have you ever ate something in a dream and woke up like I gotta get that shit? Like it's on
Yeah.
your brain, dude.
It happens like a few times a week, honestly.
I'll do you one better. I just said dude. That was weird. I'll do one better. Have you ever had a dream at any point in your life?
Yes, I
it's,
have.
Maybe it's, let me finish, you dickhead. Maybe it's someone that you like, or maybe it's someone you don't like. But have you ever had a dream about a girl, and then you wake up, and you're like, I think I'm meant to be with her? Have you ever done that?
Yes, I
And
have.
for no fucking reason. It could be like a girl you just know from school. You never really talked to her. Maybe
Yeah.
she's like not that pretty either. But then you have a dream where like it's all like sensual, or like you guys are in love or something.
Yeah,
Then
and you wake up feeling like it's a sign, like you're
like,
meant to
maybe
be
that's
together.
my fucking shit, dude. I gotta talk to her. Maybe she's my person. I used to think that shit all the time. Which
Even though
says
she's
more about
already
me.
married and has 3 kids
No, this is like in
and a
high
happy
school.
life.
This is like in high school. There's no married people in high school. I don't think. At least I don't think so. Sure.
Well,
some of
you're
them.
saying, have I ever had dreams like this ever?
So apparently
and
yours
now-
was recently. All right, mine was in fucking high school.
Well, you gotta say it. Have you had any of these types of dreams in high school?
No. I meant recently. I'm saying I naturally thought because I was like the last time I had one.
Okay.
When was yours? Who was it?
When was mine?
Who was it? Is it someone I know?
I actually don't remember when the last one
No.
of those dreams I've had. No.
No. Yeah, it's a weird thing because dreams kind of fade away.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the past like couple months, like I know like I've been dreaming, but I'll wake up the next morning and forget what it's all about. Like
Your entire dream?
yeah, like I'll remember dreaming the night before, but then I'll wake up the next day and I have no idea what I dreamt about.
Yeah, that happens to me like right away sometimes, where it like literally slips away. I'm like, don't.
Yeah,
Ah, damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, and then you wake up in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, that was such a good dream. And then you try and go back to sleep. You're like, oh, let me try and get back in that dream. Let me see if I can get to where I left off.
Yeah. Have you done that though successfully? I've literally
No.
like, dude, I've had a dream, gotten up, peed, went and got a cup of water, drank that, laid back and down,
Backing down?
started
You
backing
were
that
backing
ass up.
down from your dream.
And then I went back to bed. And then I laid down, and then I've continued to dream.
Wow.
But I keep myself in like, this is like a regular thing. I was like, yeah, I mastered this shit. I'm doing it right now.
Right.
I'm going to go back in there and finish my dream from like a week ago.
From a week ago.
No, but I know to like keep myself in that dreamy kind of state. When I wake up and I'm drowsy, I'm like, all right, don't open your eyes fully. Don't turn any lights on. Stay relaxed. Like I stay in that weird fuzzy zone where I'm like conscious, but like not really.
So you're walking in the kitchen like this?
Yeah. I may have
sure.
murdered someone. And well, yeah, I just stayed in that dream state and everything worked out. Why have all your neighbors died over the last 10 years? Everywhere you move, your neighbors die.
So I don't
I don't
want to
know.
wake up from my dream.
I just know I continue my dreams a lot. So I don't see any other basic bitches doing that shit.
Right.
So I'm advanced, man. Keep my dreams alive. Where's that t-shirt? No, I've done that shit a few times though. But dreams are weird as shit. They never make sense. Or I try to make, and they usually don't make. They don't mean what you think they mean. Like there used to be this dream hotline you can call into. I used to call it all the time. Or there's a thing online now. This is like back when it was like landlines. I think I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I would call this fucking like hotline, like call me now, Miss Cleo. Like not her, but like one of those people at night. And it's like, do you not understand your dreams? I'm like, I don't. Do you want to understand your dreams? I do.
Then tell me
call
what
this
they
number
are.
now. And I would call, and then like I would talk to this person, and they would like tell me what it meant. And I would call so much, they're like, dude, you gotta like stop fucking calling me.
They're like, dude,
And I'm like, you gotta stop playing my calls. I don't think they played the calls. I think it was just like a dude. Like, I don't know. It's weird. And it was never the same guy. But
Wait,
I think
played your calls?
I
Is
hope.
this like on a radio station?
No, it was one of those commercials though. So maybe it was, and they never knew, right? But to me,
Wow.
it was just like I was young, bro. I didn't know. I just said the call, and I fucking called, bro. And then, but I would always tell them, like one of them was a pregnant, like it was a dream where I got a girl pregnant, and like I remember thinking, like, does that mean I'm scared to be a dad? Like, does that mean like maybe I have a kid out there I don't know about? Like, what the fuck? It was like my little 14-year-old brain. Hey, it's Will again, and I want to know what the fuck this means. Like, listen, kid, stop. That's probably why I told me to stop calling. But he told me one time when I had this dream that I had knocked this girl up that I had met for like I knew her for like a week. We weren't even dating. I'd never had sex with her or anything. But I had a dream that I knocked her up, and so I called in and asked about it. And he was saying that when you dream of someone that's pregnant, it has nothing to do with it. It has more to say with like you find her sexually attractive, so much so that you would allow her to have your children. And so like what that really means is like you're like, if you got in, like as an adult, obviously, like that would have meant like if you got in a relationship with that person, it's probably gonna be a sexually driven relationship more than it is like you're interested in that person.
Okay.
I don't think you should have told that to a 14-year-old. I'm just saying, man.
I would agree. Yeah. Also.
But I do remember him saying that, and so I always remembered like your dreams aren't literal interpretations of stuff. Like, it can mean like all kinds of weird stuff. But I don't know. I don't dream that much anymore.
So what do you think the whole like when you I'm sure you've had these dreams of like you falling off a building.
Yeah.
And then
Not a building.
what? Like right as soon as you hit the ground, like you wake up and you.
I don't know what that is. What do you think that is? I think it's your mind's protective system. Dude, I used to do that. I used to dream at my grandma's house. There was a dark hallway. There was a dark hallway. I wasn't dreaming that. But in the dream, the dark hallway and the end of the room was my grandma's room. And it was pitch black in my dream, and there's a bunch of fucking dogs in there. Like I couldn't see them. I could see the glare of their eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
But I could hear them growling
like
in my
the
dream.
movies.
And it would pull me down the hall. Like, and I was trying to like jump to like get like into this room that's on the other end of the hall.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, if I would peek around, now I'm burping into the mic. Damn, bro. If I would peek around the hallway, it would start sucking me, and I would like try to climb back, and it started pulling me into the dark room. This is some creepy shit,
I
dude.
feel like this could be a movie.
And then I would go into the room, and the dogs would get me. But I wouldn't wake up, bro. You know, like most dreams, you're supposed to like wake up when that happens. Like in my dream, they're like ripping chunks out of me. Dude, it was a fucking nightmare, literally.
Jesus.
And so I'd wake up like, what the fuck, man? And I would have that same dream a lot, like multiple times. I have a history of having dreams repetitive, like the same dreams over and over, years apart. Sometimes it's weird, but I would have that dream a lot. That one I haven't had in a super long time, but I had it repetitively, like at least maybe once every few weeks or once a month. And I remember thinking like, I'm going to control my fucking dreams. So dude, I literally got to a point where I'd have the dream and it took me a while. You never know you're dreaming, but I was like, oh shit, this is that dream. There's not actually any dogs in there. And so I would start pulling me to the room. And I remember thinking, I need to wake up. How do I wake myself up? So in my dream, I would close my eyes and I would force myself to be on top of a building, and I would jump off because I knew that would wake me up. And so like instead of going into the rooms and letting the dogs kill me and like feeling all of it, I would just close my eyes and I would go to the top and I would fall off the roof and I'd wake up and I'm like, boom, like, oh, I felt all good. All those dogs ain't shit, dude. I just jump off a building whenever I want. I can come back to my world.
Myself. You ain't
own your world.
Shit.
You don't know shit, dogs. But it's weird how like you could do that shit, dude.
Wow.
I wonder what that means. I want to get like, dude, we should on this podcast one day like call into that fucking guy.
To that same guy?
Yeah. We should,
I'm pretty sure he's not working there anymore.
He might be in Inception right now.
He's going to be like, are you the same guy that used to call when you were a kid and ask me about
we should
his pregnancy dreams?
We should call one day. Or we should do some prank calls in here too.
Oh, I'm so
and then we
down
got to play around with
calls.
Alexa. We have an Alexa here for you guys. Hey Alexa, I love you.
I love you too, but not in a gay way. More like in a way a toaster would love toasting nicer bread, but the real problem is that you won't do it. You lazy ass good for nothing white piece of
Wow.
I don't know if the mic picked that up,
I really hope it did.
but we're gonna boost that shit if it did it. If you didn't hear, Alexa thinks I'm a white piece of shit, but only because I am a white piece of shit. Alexas don't lie, bro. No, we'll play around with that thing at some point too. Yeah, what were we talking about?
So where are we at now? How long are we at?
What are we at, dude? How long? Guess, and I'll tell you.
What is that? Gonna
Why are
be
you
20
looking
minutes?
so much, bro? I said guess, man. What?
20 minutes.
We're at 19, 20 minutes. Dang it. It feels like a lot longer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
it
bit.
does.
But, it's probably just the way life is, man. It's weird to think that
That's the way
time
it
fucking
is.
stays still, or doesn't stay. Yeah.
What?
I'm like a horrible poet. Life stays still. I think. I don't know. Fuck. And fart and like jump off stage. That guy was terrible. Why did he even get up there?
kind of poem was that?
Dude, I was watching the clip from 22 Jump Street where he's like, slam poetry, Cynthia,
Yeah.
Jesus died for our Cynthias.
Us.
He said something else. I don't even remember.
He's
it.
like, you're dead. Bup, 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 bup. You're dead.
waving my hands
Hands
around. Bro, I'll be in here like laughing my ass off sometimes.
Yeah.
Laura's like, "What's wrong with you?" I like movies. I like quotes.
Yeah.
Would you ever do slam poetry? I feel like you could be a slam poet.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't think I could.
I think I would do it just to say I've done it, and like I would
Yeah.
want it to be recorded.
Like something like on a bucket list.
Yeah,
Like,
but I wouldn't even take it seriously though. I would do it kind of like Jonah Hill's. where
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my poem, and I would start doing like those stompy things from Stomp the Yard. Like, who's that creeping in my window? Like I would just like mock other movies. Like, dude, he's just making this shit up, dude. He didn't write this at all. I'm like, boom, slam poetry. I'm like,
Drop
yeah,
the mic.
it's artistic as fuck.
Right.
And then they might be like, that's also autistic as fuck.
You
'Cause
can
he
tell
looked
him, don't
crazy.
be slamming my slam poetry. You can tell him, I thought this is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, man. What, bro, you were catfished. I don't think I forgot about that shit.
Oh my God. Yes, I was catfished.
You were catfished.
And by catfished, it would, the whole scenario was like, I wasn't catfished by like a 40-year-old man. Like,
It was like a 40-year-old woman. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Set the scene, man. What site were you on? Who were you talking to?
I was on Facebook.
I'll be right. Hold on. Keep talking.
All right. I was on Facebook, and I had this girl that I had added like a few weeks ago. And I decided to hit her up and see what she was up to. So I ended up writing her on Facebook Messenger. We got to talking for a little while. We talked for a few hours. And then
Like talked or like chatted?
yeah, probably more like chatted, like just a little small talk here and there. But I ended up just asking her like, hey, do you want to hang out? And in her pictures, she looked really, really pretty. Like,
That's fucking crazy. Who would have thunk that shit? Let me guess. She had big glasses. It was really close, and it was in black and white.
no.
Girl, she was at the Oscars. She like imposed her face on like Jessica Alba's. No, she's at the Oscars. It wasn't weird at all.
Right? You're a dick. But yeah. So I asked her if she wants to hang out, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm down. You just," she said, "You gotta come pick me up at my house, and we can hang out at your place." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I'm thinking, I'm like, driving over there, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out with this hot chick, and we're gonna hook up, and who knows what's gonna happen." I mean, sex is always usually at the end of those thoughts,
But it was Facebook, you said, right?
yeah, it was Facebook.
I feel like, and I'm not single, but if I was and I was talking to someone on Facebook, I wouldn't assume that it was going to end in sex. If I was on Tinder, maybe.
I mean, with the fucked up thinking that I had, then I was thinking I was gonna get laid that night.
All right, we'll keep going. I'm just
So
saying.
yeah, so I she gives me her address. I leave my house. I go pick her up. I pulled up to her house, and it was this kind of like shady neighborhood.
Was it Picacho?
No, it was not Picacho. It was off of Main Street.
What's her social? At least give us
Oh
an
my
address,
God.
man. All right, fine. Jesus Christ. Can you give us the first letter of her name? Or does she have a screen name? Oh, it's Facebook. Damn it. Alright.
Yeah, there's no screen names on Facebook.
What was her?
Well, there.
what was
some
the
people
first
have
letter
them.
of her name? This is not good, Stefan.
Yeah, it's hard
I'm
because
starting to understand why you didn't get laid. Like, get over here, fucking lady. You want to hook up, person? You
no.
didn't-
Oh, it began with a C.
Okay, we're gonna call her Corinne.
Corinne.
Yeah. So you met Corinne on
Corinne.
Facebook. Corinne.
All right, we'll
I
go.
could have gone
Corinne.
Chad. So I think Corinne's pretty fucking good right now. You did.
Yeah, I mean Chad's a guy's name, so.
Yeah. You did get catfished.
You know what?
All right. So you picked up Corinne, or you're picking up Corinne.
I'm picking up Corinne. I pull up to her house, and I'm thinking like this is kind of a shady neighborhood. Like this can't be right. And I had to like double check the address she gave me, and it was the right address. And it was dark outside, and I parked on the side of the road, and I ended up texting her. I was like, "Hey, I think I'm outside." She was like, "Okay, I see your headlights. I'll be right out." So it's really dark outside. I mean, it was probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And she's walking out, and her street doesn't have any street lights, so it made it like a little more extra dark. So all of a sudden, she comes around my car. She opens my door. She gets in my car, and she looks over at me. She's like, "Hey, how are you? You're Stefan."
Wait. Before you keep going, where did she get in the car? Was she in the back seat, or did she hop in the passenger seat?
She hopped in the passenger seat.
She didn't hop in the back seat.
Why would she hop in the back seat?
Fucking
I had
Uber people do that. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how this is going down.
She didn't think I was an Uber. Like I wasn't like, "Hey, I'm an Uber. Do you want me to come pick you up
No, I know
and
that.
we can hang out at my house?"
But when you're getting, I've never gotten a stranger's car before.
Do you hang out at your?
But if
Uber
I were to
drivers'
get into a
houses?
stranger's car, I think I would go back seat.
If your Uber driver picked you up and he said, "Hey, let's go
If
hang
you
out
are
at my
a fucking
house,"
woman meeting a guy you've never met on the internet, you're way less likely to die in the backseat, bro. I just say, like, if you're trying to like plan this shit out, like, ladies, if you're fucking watching this, don't get in the front seat. Thank God you're not a murderer. But I'm just saying.
yeah, thank God I'm not a murderer. I guess.
Instead, you're a catfishy. All right, let's keep going with the story.
fishermen.
So you did not murder this broad.
No,
She's
I did not.
Okay, let's good. Just in case people are thinking ahead. No murder happened.
Yeah,
She hops in the
'Cause
passenger
I'm sure
seat.
that's what people were thinking.
I think they might have, especially since I brought that shit up.
Sure, that did not cross their mind.
It did now. All right, so she's in the passenger seat.
She gets
Take
in
it
the
from
passenger seat, and she looks over at me. She was like, "Hey, you're Stefan, right?" And I was like, "Yeah. Hey, how are you? You're Corinne."
there. I like what you
Right?
did there. That was smooth.
And she's like,
Felt
"Yeah."
real. Felt real.
And I realized this girl looks. It is the same girl, but she looks nothing like she does in her pictures at all.
Like it was an old picture, maybe?
No.
Or she's just good at angles?
Probably the angle part,
Yeah.
but also like the whole filters. Like it wasn't like an obvious filter.
She didn't have bunny ears when I picked her up, and her picture had freckles and bunny ears on it.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
I mean,
when I fucking knew that I was catfished.
when I noticed she didn't have the dog ears and her tongue was coming out trying
You're
to
like,
lick
oh,
me.
where the fuck are your ears?
Yeah, I was like, is this really you? Because you don't have dog ears and your tongue
Is this
isn't
some sort of joke?
slurping out. Yeah,
So she didn't look like her pictures.
yeah, she did not look like her pictures at all.
Was she still hot though?
No, not at all. She
you-
wasn't. And at this point, I guess the smartest thing I should have done. Well, we were driving back to my house, and on the way back to my house, I was thinking maybe I could like give her an excuse to like drop her off back home, So
Maybe you
that-
can give her an excuse.
Yeah, like say like an emergency came up,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
and that I would have to like take her back home and tell
Mm.
her like, oh, we couldn't hang out.
And why didn't you?
I guess because
I know the
my
answer.
my little
'Cause deep
hornball
down inside,
brain.
you wanted to follow that rainbow to see if there's some gold on the other end. Even though the rainbow isn't as colorful as you thought
Yeah,
it was.
it was like a black and white rainbow that I thought was colorful.
You're up,
I
but there
guess.
still might be gold. I have to follow this rainbow. So you're following the rainbow. You decided I'm not going to make up an excuse. You're driving back to your house.
Yeah, I
Did
drove
you guys
back.
talk on the way there? Like, were you like, hey, like,
Yeah, like little small chats here and there.
what do you say to someone that you met online? Like, how's your fucking like friends or something? Like, what did you like? What I don't even know how that would go down.
I mean, like I can't tell you like what we talked about. Like I don't.
was it
remember.
awkward? Can you tell me that? Like, was
It was definitely awkward. Because I was thinking, I was like, shit, like I got catfished. Like, honestly, like that's what I was thinking the whole.
Ed,
whole,
I'm currently still getting catfished.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
As I'm having this thought.
Yeah, this girl is reeling me in back to my house that I'm
Dude, that's
driving
the old,
to.
She's a platinum catfish. She
Yeah.
catfished you and got you like to
Yeah,
still bring her.
I still drove her back to my house.
Not her first fucking rodeo.
Yeah, so we drove back to my house and like we were sitting on the couch watching a movie, and I was just thinking the whole time like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like I remember I had some good ideas of, coming up with excuses, but my dumbass hornball brain like took over, and I didn't say anything. I still drove back to my house.
What would you
So-
say the difference in looks were, though? Because I know you said she wasn't as hot as the pictures, and then I asked you if she was at least just still hot. And you said no.
I would probably say in her pictures,
So let's give her a number. The pictures on 1 to 10. What would you,
on a scale of 1 to 10.
you see me doing surveys
This is
again?
another
I just had a
survey.
pot brownie like an hour ago, trying to get this complete. No, seriously. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the pictures
The
of her?
pictures, I'd say probably like a 8.
Like an 8.
Yes.
And then how would you rate her?
Probably like a 3.
Fuck, it's a big drop off, dude.
Yeah, that's
like a
a
5-point
That's a
drop-off.
5-point difference.
Damn. So she's a 3 at this point,
Yeah,
but you're horny as shit.
yeah.
All right, so you get back to your house.
I get back to my house. We're sitting there watching a movie. I don't even
Was it
remember.
Dances with Wolves?
what-
That's my go-to. If I was to bring a girl home, I would have Dances with Wolves on. Mostly because that buys you like 4 fucking hours. Like, 'cause that's a long ass movie. As soon as Dances with Wolves is over, you can go home.
We were watching Titanic.
That's my second one. I put those back to back.
Yeah.
As soon as Wolves ends, it's straight to Titanic.
Titanic.
So you don't remember what movie it was on?
No, I don't remember what movie it was on.
Was there one already on, or you put one on
No, I put one on.
and you guys started watching a movie?
Yeah, we
Okay.
started watching a movie, and like still like I'm sitting there on the couch like the whole like in the movies you have the little angel and devil on your shoulder, and they're just like going back and forth like, oh, you shouldn't like be with this girl, you need to be nice to her, and like and
That's
then
how your angel sounds, huh?
I mean in my head
it's me, the angel again. It's like a Pinocchio angel.
no, and then like
What does the devil sound like? Stuff. Are we recording?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yo, we had our first malfunction. The
Yeah.
camcorder literally died in the middle of it.
Battery died.
But we figured it out. So now that we're back up, I'll find a way to blend that in somehow. The devil and the angel was on your shoulder, and you're watching a movie,
Yes.
and you're trying to figure out what you're doing next. Pick it up from there.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Whether I'm gonna try and sleep with this girl or not. And my mind was just thinking like, nah, man, you went and picked her up, and you drove her all the way over here. You're gonna have to drive her back too, so just might as well make it worth it. So, I ended up like telling her like, hey, you want to go finish this in my room? Like we can go finish this movie in my room.
I have one of those TVs that transfers movies right exactly where they're at. We can just pick this up in my room.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a Fire Stick in my living room, and a Fire
I'm sure
Stick
you got
in
you got a Fire Stick in that room, huh?
It's a Fire Stick, not a Fire Dick.
I'm sure she knew that, but she knew what she was getting into anyways. So
Yeah.
what did she say?
So she was like, "Yeah, sure, we can go watch this in your room." So we moved to my room, put on the movie from where it left off.
Side note, you probably should have just started off watching the movie in the room. You had a fucking Fire Stick in there the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I
You didn't think this shit through.
no,
You were still
I
in the middle of
didn't.
getting catfished.
Well, I mean, because I was thinking I had her in the living room because I wasn't sure if I was gonna try and sleep with her or not. So that's why I had her in the living room.
Pick this up a little bit. That way you can talk into the there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way you're talking into the mic instead of on the top of the mic, bro. Jesus Christ.
So, well, yeah, that's why I had her in the living room because I still wasn't sure.
Okay.
Now if she really was an 8 like she was in her pictures in real life, then I would have just brought her to my
So
room.
you're
right
saying
away.
you only had her in the living room because you were still figuring out like if you're gonna bail, and you wanted to be able to be in the living room if you bailed.
Yes.
Okay. So now you're in the room.
Yes.
The
yes.
The devil talked you into it. He's like, you need this punani way more
Yes.
than you need to watch this movie right
You
now.
have no idea when's the next time you'll ever get some. So here's your opportunity.
So you tell her, let's pick this up in the bedroom. You guys go to the bedroom. Do you put the movie on in there?
Yes, we put the movie on in the bedroom from where we left off. And yeah, I ended up sleeping with her.
Like you guys just fell asleep?
No.
I'm just trying to clarify here.
I
You guys took a nap together?
No.
When people say sleep
Dick.
together, I need to know.
We had sex with
What?
each other.
You had sex?
We had sexual
so you
intercourse,
banged out
William.
the catfish.
Yes,
You banged out the catfish.
I did. Because pretty much that voice was like, "Yeah, you don't know when's the next time you're gonna get some."
Did she ever treat you like you didn't look like your pictures either?
No, she didn't.
Did you look like your pictures?
Yes.
How old were they?
Fairly recent.
All right. So you felt catfish. She probably felt like, yeah, that's exactly the dude I was trying to get.
Yeah.
And then you guys took a nap. What happened after that? After you guys slept?
So after we slept together, I ended up just taking her back home. But after
Remember earlier when you said that you weren't an Uber driver? You sound a lot like an Uber driver. You like picked her up and like brought her home. Dude,
How many Uber drivers do you know that picks you up, takes you home to their house, has sex with you, and then brings you back to their house?
Well, I haven't
Or
had
back
one
to your
ask me,
house.
first of all. But if they ask me, I'd be like, was it like, do I just get charged for the ride? Like, how does that work? Is it extra?
For
if you,
both rides.
Yeah. And then my second question would be like, what movie are we watching? These are all like important factors. Like,
If he said Dances with Wolves, then what
I'm
would
like,
you?
yeah, I had like 15 hours to blow on that one fucking movie. So you drove her back home and then that was it?
Yeah, I drove her back home, but when I was driving, after I dropped her off and I was driving back to my house, like, I felt like it was like the drive of shame. Like, I felt like so shameful after that. I was like, what did I just fucking do?
You
like,
suck, Stefan.
Yeah, I was like,
You're
you
a loser.
sick, demented, weirdo loser. Like, I was just like, ugh. Why did I do that?
Did you really feel weird about it?
Yeah, I did feel weird about it afterwards.
You should talk to her. You should talk to her on this podcast. Not right now.
Wow.
But one day we should call her and be like, what do we call it? Corinne?
Corinne.
Dude, we should interview her.
Wow.
We'll ask her the same
Yeah.
fucking story, and then like we'll just see if it adds up. Like, cause she remembers some shit you don't remember, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
that's
she
right.
has a different side to her story, probably.
That's true. We know that. That's true. So you got catfish, bro. I don't even know if I call that catfish. I think you got deceived by the modern day Facebook user.
Yeah, because I think what catfish is like
Like
when
it was
it's-
someone different.
It's somebody completely different.
What would you have done if it was someone you knew? Like, let's say
What do
like
you mean?
all right, let's say it was an actual catfish, and you've been talking to this broad on Facebook for like a long time, and you're like, let's say, what counts as a long online time? Let's go 6 months. You were talking to this girl online for 6 months, and then you guys were only Facebook messaging. Maybe you guys texted every now and then. She always made excuses like, my video chat doesn't work, and I can't seem to send a photo right now.
Yeah.
And so you never really like knew, right? But there was this really hot girl. Let's say she was an 8, like the girl you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you start developing feelings for her. And she goes, you know what? I want to meet you. Will you pick me up, you fucking Uber driving ass motherfucker? And you're like, yeah, sure. And then so you go pick her up, and then you open the door for whatever goddamn reason you went to the door.
Wow.
And then it's not Corinne or whoever the fuck it was. It's like fucking Deborah. From like fucking high school that you hooked up with once. And then she was like, it's me. Like, what would you get upset? She's like, it's me, and I loved you, but you didn't love me as me. That's why I had to pretend to be fucking Corinne, because you don't see me for who I really am. And then she got like a little aggressive and tried to MMA fight you. All right, let's take a step back.
Whoa, MMA fight me.
All right, that last part did happen. But let's say like she was like upset, and she's like, I only catfished you because I don't think you know what you're looking for.
Like you wouldn't talk, you didn't talk to me because of the way I looked.
Like I had to pretend to be Corinne, or else you would have never. You wouldn't pay attention to me. But she was like, I'm that same person. I've been texting you. I'm the
same person. I just don't.
I'm the same person you fell in love with. I'm just not this person in the pictures.
I feel like you've seen this in a movie somewhere.
Or in the fucking show Catfish. That's where I saw this shit. What would you do though? Like, so let's say that really actually happened. In that moment, what do you think you'd do? Would you like hear her out, or would you be like, I'm fucking done? Like, what would be your reaction? No cameras. You're not on the show. It's just you and her.
No, I would have been pissed off at her, honestly.
You would have?
Yeah.
But what if that devil was on it's like, but Stefan, you're so horny. Like, what if he popped devil? Up? You're like, I'm so upset, but like, if you just get in my car and come with me to my house, I'm sure we can figure this shit out.
She's like, I got Dances with Wolves. We can watch.
Would you hook up with her?
No, I wouldn't.
What? You're not even gonna ask questions about what Debbie looks like? You just said no. So liars turn you off?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If Angelina Jolie was here right now and she was lying to you, she was fucking lying to you, would you be like, nope, get out of here, Angelina, with your lies? I don't even want to hear it.
Well, what kind of lies did she tell? Like she said she got me a large French fry and she brought me a medium?
That's not a lie. It's deceit.
That's
man.
A lie.
No, let's say
she's saying, yeah, I got you a large fry and I brought you a medium.
She's like a habitual liar. Like you've been, like, for whatever reason in this weird alternative universe.
Liar?
She's a habitch. No, she's a habitual liar. She just lies about almost everything. Like let's say like she was like you actually met her, so you know it's her. You're not being catfish. You're hanging out with Angelina, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna like go to the supermarket real quick, and then you look on your phone and TMZ caught her like at a bagel shop with like some dude. And then she's like, sorry, I didn't know how to tell you. Like that happened a lot, like over like 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, and you're friend zoned. You weren't even hooking up with her for these 4 years.
I'm friend zoned.
But then she's like, she finally wants to be with you. I'm testing your liar theory. 4 years, you're friend zoned. She always lies to you about stuff, and you're like, fuck, and she always makes up stuff, and then later on, she's like, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, no,
So she knows she's a liar, but then she sits down with you, and she's like, I'm into you, Stefan. Let's make this a relationship.
No, I still wouldn't.
You're a liar.
No, I'm being serious because
you're full of shit.
And let me tell you why.
All right, tell me why.
Let me tell you why.
All right.
Because if she's that good of a liar to somebody that she's just friends with, like you said, she's a habitual liar. Like,
I think you're thinking too much about this.
No.
Did you miss the part where I said it was Angelina fucking Jolie? Like, did I say that wrong?
No.
I did it?
No, you didn't. You said it right. But no, I would still say no, because if she is that good and that smooth with lying, like, you think she's not going to be that smooth, like, if you're in a relationship with her?
I think that's my issue. I never said you were going to be in a relationship with her. I said she said, I'm ready to make this a relationship. You could be like, all right, I'm in, and then hook up with her with that devil voice in your head. And then moved on. And you could have been like, dude, I hooked up with fucking Angelina Jolie. But you're thinking relationships. You're like, nope, sorry.
Well, you're saying, that she's telling me that she wants to be with me.
She for sure is saying that in this made up scenario. And your first thought would be like, she must be telling the truth because she's been fucking habitually lying for the last 4 years, Stefan. If she says, I want to be in a relationship, you'd be like, oh, she must be serious right now. No, I would go, she's probably making this up, but I'm going to take this as far as I could take it because Angelina Jolie, I think you're into liars. Oh, gosh. I think you'd fuck a lot of liars. I think everyone that you've had sex with has lied.
I'm pretty sure
a lot.
Everybody in this world has fucked a liar.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's as big as a turnoff as you were saying it was.
Would you
hook up? Give me the scenario. Break it down.
The same scenario.
Angelina Jolie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd for sure be in a relationship with her. If I was single and I was her friend and I knew she was a liar and she wasn't a great person, but she was like, hey, I want to be in a relationship. I'd be like, yeah, can we start like right now? Like, can we start this right now? Like, yeah. Like, what's the first? Because people in relationships usually hook up on the first date. I would start manipulating her because I know she's a liar.
So if she said, hey, I want to be your girl. I want us to be boyfriend and girlfriend right now.
I think I would say yeah.
Even though you know how good of a liar she is.
I wouldn't be in an actual relationship with her, Stefan.
No. Oh, my God. Why are you saying you wouldn't be in an actual relationship with her?
Because that's what you're fucking saying, dude. I wouldn't.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that she said that. But you're saying I would just believe her. I'm saying if Angelina asked me to be in a relationship with her, I would say yes. Even though I know she's probably lying. I would do it anyways because I'd see how far I can go. My own point is this, is if you're really hot, there's exceptions, man. Like, you'll make exceptions. If it was a really ugly girl and you felt pressured and she's also a liar, you're like, well, I'm for sure out, right? Like, because I'm just saying the better looking you are, the more tolerance you'll get from someone, for sure. Tell me you don't know a hot girl right now. Don't say her name. But think of someone in your head and she gets away with way more shit than she should because she's good looking.
Yeah.
But the mediocre to not looking good person, the first time they do some dumb shit, everyone around them's quick to jump on them.
Yeah.
And just tell them, like, you're a fucking liar. You've always been a liar. No one likes you. You're always hating on everyone. But if it's a hot girl doing it, even other girls would be like, oh, she's just, like, confused. She's going to grow. She'll fucking grow. She's going to grow into a beautiful flower. She's already a beautiful flower.
A less ugly flower.
She's going to grow into an amazing flower. They just get all optimistic and shit. That's my only point, is there's leeway. Anyone that says that they're in a relationship, or, I'm sorry, if they're in a relationship for that reason, goes back to our point. 100% those things are important, right?
Yeah.
But if it's just, I hate when people say, like, I'm not looking for someone that's good looking. I just want someone that's nice. It's like, yeah, but you initially want someone that's good looking.
But yeah, you need to have that, like, physical attraction
first.
Yes.
Yes. You have to have both.
Exactly.
But there's two sides of this, right? There's the first one where you go out and you see someone and you're physically attracted to them, and then you talk to them, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe they have a shitty fucking personality, and then you're like, maybe.
You think, is that something I could deal with?
Yes, but then you go like, all right, this outweighs all that stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna find someone else. Like, and then you play your game, you play your cards, right?
Yeah.
But you initially talk to someone because they're good looking, and then after that, now if you're trying to be in a relationship with someone, it 100% matters, like, both times. I don't think I could ever, I'm being completely honest about this, I could never be in a relationship where I was just attracted to a person. No. Oh, for sure physically. I've been in a few of those. But
yes, you have.
I couldn't be in a relationship where it's just their personality. Like if I wasn't sexually attracted or physically attracted to someone, but they were super fucking sweet and they're nice and they made me feel good when I felt like shit, and they always called to check in on me and they told me I was awesome and it was really funny. All the things I need to hear, right? But they just weren't that good looking. I couldn't be in a relationship with them. I just couldn't.
Like women who put guys in the friend zone.
Yes. See, that's the opposite though. Women can for sure do that shit.
Oh yeah.
But not like in a relationship. That's the one where it's like where it's just like literally just a friend zone, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I could friend zone someone. Have you ever friend zoned anyone? Like someone that was really into you. She was like, and you knew it. Maybe she didn't tell you, but you knew it. Maybe she did tell you, but you were just like, she's cool. You have to get rid of the girls that you eventually hooked up with, right?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't count. If you're like, we were friends, but I didn't really like her, but we did hook up, and then I wanted to be friends afterwards.
Yeah.
Get rid of those people, right? Because that doesn't count. Have you ever had someone that really liked you, and you never did anything with them, but you just friend zoned them, and they just kind of stuck around maybe to try to get in?
I mean, off the top of my head, I don't think so.
I had one, and you'd for sure know who she is.
What's her name?
Her name. Should I say it, dude? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. All right, and because she's a friend zone, right? Like it's whatever. And if she ever watches this podcast, she'll appreciate it. Her name was Amanda, and she used to hang out with my
what's her
group.
social?
765. She used to hang out with the group of like Sean Hawkins and back when I would roll a lot. And she was like, she didn't tell me. It was one of those things where like we're just friends because she hung out with the people I hung out with.
Yeah.
And she eventually said something to someone else that she thought I was really hot or something, which is fine. People say that all the time. But then she would like. That's how
People say
conceited.
that you're hot all the time. God.
Like people in general say that all the time about other people. I'm not saying just me.
Woo,
Big head right there, huh? At least I
there.
didn't get fucking catfish, you dickhead.
Damn
No,
you.
I'm just kidding. She started saying stuff, and then the people. Here's where it got weird: is the other friends. There was a girl in that group that I did kind of like, and I would try to talk to her, and she was like kind of distant. And then, so I started talking to everyone else, and they're like she knows that you're with Amanda. And I was like, I'm not fucking with Amanda. Yeah. And I was like, wait, what? And then even the other friends like, wait, you're not with, like everyone thought I was with Amanda.
Wow.
And then so I asked them, I was like, why would you guys think I was with Amanda? Like, well, she fucking told us. She told us that you guys were together, but that you weren't comfortable telling everyone. I was like, what? Like, I got so pissed off that I called her in front of everyone. I called her over there. Like, hey, what's this shit about, like, you saying that, like, we're together? She was so embarrassed because she knew she lied.
Yeah.
And so they were like, they're looking at me and her like, all right, which one like is fucking lying right now? And then I go like, hey, like what are you telling people? And then I got mad at her, and then she was like, oh, like I'm so embarrassed. She ended up not saying no, but not saying yes either. And she was like, I'm just really embarrassed right now. And I was like, hey, I get it. You like me. I knew she liked me from the way she acted. I knew from the other people. But we're not together. We've never been together. We've never done anything. We never kissed. Never text you any weird stuff. Like we never done anything. And I told her, is the story boring you?
No,
It's cool. We can go back to catfish.
I hate you.
I ended up telling her in front of everyone, I'm like, hey, like, this is creepy. This is next level shit, right? You obviously like me. You're scared to tell me. And then so you're telling everyone else that we're together and I won't tell them because you know that I might like someone else in the group. Yeah. And so you're trying to ruin it for everyone else and like creep me for yourself. And we were way younger. I must be like 18 years old. Yeah. But it was like, even like then I'm like, hey, like I told her in front of everyone, I'm like, you can't do that. Like I straight up friend zoned her. Yeah. You're really cool. Like we're never like going to do anything. I just don't find you attractive. Like I was just like.
And I actually have a friend kind of going through that similar situation. Yeah, actually.
What is it like? How similar?
Well, he is. I think they are together. But his female friends, there's a couple of them that are making up stories about him to her. Because I guess they're also friends, with these girls. And they're making up bullshit stories about him to try and ruin their relationship because he knows that both of those girls have a thing for him, and they're like, this has happened like I think multiple times.
Are they his friends? I don't get the friends.
Yes, they are his friends. And they do like him, but like I said, this has happened multiple times with multiple girls that they
with the same guy.
Yeah, with the same guy that he's
just out there friend zoning bitches.
he's like starting a relationship with a woman, and they're like jumping in to ruin it because they want to be with him. But they can't.
I see what you're saying. Girls are like that sometimes. They get territorial, and they'll always be like, well, we just want what's best for you. And that's fine. I can appreciate that. Because I had some, like, female friends. Like, me and Laura were friends before we got together.
But it's that whole, like, if I can't have you, nobody will. So I'm going to screw everything up.
My point is, it's okay, ladies. It's okay. Yeah, like you're allowed to be a good friend, but you don't ruin it. Like, if you really have an issue with the girl, then talk to the dude about it and let him figure it out.
Yeah.
You can't just sabotage shit, because then it makes people. If I was that guy, I would start feeling shit about myself. Does he know that they're sabotaging it, or he just recently picked up on it though? I'm sure they've been doing this shit for years, bro, or for a long time, right?
Like with the multiple women, or
you saying, is it one girl or two girls that keep ruining it?
2 girls.
But has he known these 2 girls for a long time?
Yeah.
So my point is that these 2 girls have probably been doing this with other girls for a long time.
Well, yeah, that's what I said in the beginning, that this has happened multiple times.
But did he know the whole time? Like, is he
Yes.
is he recently going like, hey, I think the reason my relationships are working out is because of these 2 girls?
No.
Or the whole time
No,
is he like,
he knows.
God damn it, but he still hangs out with them?
No, he's not hanging out with them anymore.
But how many fucking relationships did they ruin before he decided that?
I think he said 2 before.
That's about right. He deserved to lose those. 2's normal. If you said 10, I would have been like, fuck, those girls are assholes.
But no, like he really likes this girl, like, and they're just trying everything they can to sabotage it.
Maybe he's just getting a 3-way relationship with those 2 girls.
Oh wow.
Do the
Well,
girls?
one of them's married.
That's even weirder.
Yeah.
Her relationship's probably not very good. 'Cause she's
Well,
spending all her energy on his.
Her husband's in jail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Use a whoa.
Yeah. So.
I'll bleep that word out. Use a whoa.
Whoa.
I ruined someone else's relationship one time because I was friend zoned. I forgot
Really?
about this until we were talking about it. I recently told this story. I don't remember who it was to. We're gonna do this last story, and then we're gonna do a thing that I had in mind, and then we'll wrap this shit up. But I knew a girl in middle school, Zia Middle School. Her name was Rachel. I'll give you that. And she hung out with this other girl, and we were friends, the 3 of us. It was me and these 2 girls. And I lived with Patrick Nieto at the time. And he would tell me, like, dude, why are you hanging out with these fucking girls at school? Like, are they lesbians? You know, like in middle school and people start rumors. And they were not. They were just really nice to me.
Yeah.
And so we hung out as 3. And the one girl started dating.
Girls that are nice to you are lesbians, right?
Girls that are nice to me, I always, like, those are the girls. Remember earlier we were like, do you ever have a dream where you're meant to be with them? So always the people that are nice to me. I'm like, they're the ones. She was super nice to me, and then I liked her, but I would never tell her that. But I think it's like the old school, like, you don't like someone until they like someone else. You're like, oh shit, I think I like them. Yeah. And so she started dating this really gangster bald dude, and he used to hang out with these DA boys, these red raggers, whatever they went by then. And he, I remember thinking like, fuck, I think I kind of like her. And then, but she's like, hey, I'm going to fucking, let's call him Isaac. I'm going to go hang out with Isaac after 3rd period, so I won't hang out with you today. And so it'd be me and the other girl. And the other girl was cool too. But I was like, wait, what? Like, he's like fucking taking her away. And so I was like, dude, I really want to get with her. I'm going to lie.
Did the devil and the angel pop up?
The devil was like, Will. No, I wasn't thinking about pussy back then, though. I didn't understand what it was yet. I'm like, I just want to, like, know her. You know what I was like?
You guys want to Mac?
Yeah. I want to Mac out behind the bleachers. Because everyone, and then you tell everyone, dude, fucking Will, just macking out.
Just macked.
3:30 by the bleachers. You don't even know. Yeah, I was trying to mac out with her. No, I don't even know if I was thinking that far ahead. I just knew I liked her. I was so young. How old are you? This must have been like 6th grade. How old are you in 6th grade? Like 12, right?
Yeah.
About 12 or 13, right? So like 12 or 13, I didn't realize that I liked her, but I just knew that I liked her, and I didn't know what liking her meant. And so I ended up telling her, I was, oh, that dude Isaac you're with, I fucking know him, because I was in foster care at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've seen him. Like, I had to go to court, and I saw him at court. And he went to jail, and he really did go to jail, but it wasn't for the shit that I made up. I was like, dude, he went to jail for beating up some girl. Like, he beat her up bad. Like, he fucked her up, and he went to jail. And she was like, what? Like, what? She was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, that's him.
Wow.
Like I fucking, like, I recognize him.
You went above and beyond for this one.
Yeah, dude, I straight up lied, dude. I cock blocked that guy before I even knew what that was. I was just following my heart, man.
You were following your
This is
dick.
real love, man. This is what you do for people you like when you're 12. You tell them that their boyfriends are beaters. So I told her, and she was like, get the fuck out of here. And we were friends, so she, like, believed me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Rachel, you cannot tell him, like, you just gotta, like, leave him. And so she did. And I don't know how he found out. I don't remember. Maybe she told him, or maybe, like, for whatever reason.
Will told me you're a woman beater.
Yeah, she might have just said it straight up. Maybe he was behind me the whole time I was telling the fucking story. But he ends up
You're
like
he's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like one of those scenes. Like, shit. He ends up approaching me with all his gangster friends. So not even exaggerating, there must have been like 10 to 15 of these guys, these 12-year-old men, full-grown 12-year-old men. They were kids, but I was too. And they were like, And it was just him. They kind of like did this half circle thing around me.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, bro? We need to talk to you. And that dude came up to me. He was like, hey, man, I heard you were talking shit. And you're the reason why me and Rachel aren't together. And I fucking loved her and you fucked that up. And we're going to fucking fight. And I remember not even being nervous. Like just being like, fuck yeah, she did it. Like she fucking like left his ass. But I was like kind of scared for sure. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't. But I was like, all right, like let's fight. Like I'm cool with that. Like I just didn't want to like a bitch in front of the dudes. But I remember thinking like, fuck, like I'm gonna die. Like, but I didn't want to show any emotions. Yeah. So I was like, dude, like I'm down to fight. Like when you like a little planner. Like when are you available? And so he was like, after school in front of the library, we're getting down. And I was like,
remember
all right,
the
cool.
planners that we used to have in middle school?
Yeah. What if I like popped it out, wrote it in there? Like, all right. What time?
Hold on.
How do you get to the library again?
We can't do it at 2:30. I got a math homework I gotta do.
I'm doing a paper mache at 2:30, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that fight.
Got my advanced math.
So it must be like 3:30, and it's after school. We fought in front of the library, which is at the front of Zia. Ever since Zia, so the library is at the very front of the school, outside of the library. We're not in the library, in the building right outside the front doors, which is also where all the cars park to pick up their kids. And so I met him there. I forgot an important part of the story. Before I even meet him, like 3 or 4 periods later, like maybe it was like an hour before the big fight, everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
I think you guys will probably think I would make this up, but I think even like one of the teachers, Mr. G, I'll call him,
getting hyped up about it.
No, Mr. G told me, "Hey man, I know you're fighting at the library after school. Hope you win." Like he was just like,
wow.
I was like, "What?" Like he didn't even get mad. He was like, "Hey, hope you do good, man." Like, and that was it. Like he just moved on. That's how fucked up teachers were back then. And then, so I go to meet him. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I meet him, and in between the last 2 periods of the day, those gangster dudes come up to me without Isaac. His name might not be Isaac, by the way. I'm just, it's just.
Really?
I know a different gangster dude named Isaac, so I'm picturing him. But it was without that guy, and they were like, "Hey man, I heard you're gonna fight Isaac after school." I was like, "Yeah, you were fucking there when I agreed to that shit." So you know that.
Half circled around me.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Hey, between like us and you, we don't even like that dude. We hope you fuck him up, and it's all good because if you don't, we're gonna fuck him up." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, "Woo!" I was all happy, dude. I was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking this dude up." And either way, my boys got me. Red rag, motherfucker. Like
his boys got me.
Yo, my gangsters be dropping shit in this fucking school. Fuck all y'all bitches. I got all hard. And then, so I felt better about it. But I ended up meeting him after school in front of the library. And we, for whatever reason, in middle school, everyone just did body shots. I didn't even think to hit him in the head.
Yeah.
But I fucked him up bad. And then to the point where he did the thing where everyone used to fight. He was like, "We're good." Like we shook hands. Everyone used to shake hands. And then me and Patrick ran to the car, and then Priscilla, his mom, my foster mom, is waiting there, and we're like breathing out hard, and then she's like, "Why are you breathing out hard?" "Oh, we had like a basketball practice," and she was like, she like spoke Spanish. She's like, "But no, I fucking saw you. Like you guys are fighting outside the library. You guys are stupid fighting at school." And I'm like, "Fuck!" So I got scolded, but I did win the fight. I didn't get the girl. They did break up. I went back. She's like, "I heard you fought." I'm like, "Yeah, I fucked this up. Me and my homies." Like
your newfound
my
homies.
New homies. They're like my boys after that. And that dude transferred schools actually after that.
Wow.
And so I think those dudes fucked him up again. But yeah, like I was like all great, and she's like, "Oh yeah, cool. I think Isaac's buddy's pretty hot." Like I'm like, "God damn it!" Like,
wow.
Like fuck you. I fought for you. You don't even want to.
I gotta fight my newfound homie now. Like what the hell?
I let it go.
I just got this friend.
We did be friends again. We is as being friends and shit. That's how you talk after you hang out with those guys. No, we were friends. I was friends with those girls until high school. But I just never got with her. She went on to do wonderful things, I'm sure, wherever you're at. All right, last part of the show. If it's even a show, we'll call it what the fuck we want. Yeah. Before we call this quits, bro, I think we're doing a pretty good podcast. What do you think?
I think we're doing
pretty good first start. We opened up better towards the end.
Yeah, first good one.
So I found a site that we're going to go to. I may not do this with every guest that we have, but I'll for sure do it whenever you're here. So anonymous people post up confessions. And so I'm going to read you one.
NMSU confessions?
This is not NMSU confessions, but it's similar. So it's global. So just people will post up a confession, and then we are just going to kind of comment on it. You ready?
All right.
It'll sometimes tell me if it's a girl or a guy, but some of them don't. This one does. This one's a girl, and her screen name is at thatblonde277.
Okay.
She titled it Dilemma. It says, so, I like how she did that. I like how when people text how they talk. It's like fucking shit, ... All right. She said, so, I kinda am entirely infatuated with my best friend's boyfriend. And I have been since 7th grade because we used to have an on and off thing. We're now juniors. But anyhow, I don't know what to do because I'm 90% sure he feels the same way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit, sad.
Oh, wow.
So she has a...
They
used to fool around, or they have a history on and off.
Yeah.
And now that guy's dating her best friend. And she says, I think I really like him now. And I think he likes me back. I can tell. What should I do? What advice would you give her?
I would tell her to not act on anything because, I mean, if he's with your best friend and, like, yeah, you do really like him and you know that he does like you back, like, you need to wait until, like, he breaks things off with her.
What would you do if you were that girl, though? Like, how do you wait? Obviously, I'm not fucking waiting. I made up a whole lie to get the girl I'm talking to. So I'm not the one that asked for advice right now. Because my advice would be, like, just fucking say that she killed someone.
So wait, hold on.
So walk me through this. You're that girl.
It actually does depend on if her best friend, like, does her best friend really like the guy she's with?
Let's assume she does because she said
Okay.
relationship. And they're juniors. I'm going to assume high school because people don't refer to that way in college. So she's a high school junior. So probably serious, but it's that high school kind of serious maybe?
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
So let's go with what you said
know.
then. If you said don't do anything, wait and see, that was your advice,
yeah,
right?
like wait and see how things play
So
out.
you would literally do that. You would just hang out. If that was you in that situation.
Yeah.
And let's say it was, obviously, you were attracted to the girl in the situation. If that's okay. I don't know. What would you do? Would you, but you really like her. But
Yeah.
she's dating your buddy. Let's say she's dating me. Let's say me and you are in high school. This is a perfect scenario.
Okay.
So I'm dating a girl. Let's give her a name. Let's call her Becky. I'm dating a girl named Becky. And
Yeah.
Becky's your ex. But not really. You guys had an on and off thing. But she's
Yeah.
dating me now. And I really like Becky. But you realized you really fucking like Becky. Not only did you realize you really like Becky, when you hang out with us, you start noticing Becky kind of likes you.
Yeah.
You're 90% sure. What do you do? Do you tell me?
I would tell you.
How?
I don't know how. I would.
Let's try it right now.
It would.
All right. Let's role play.
All right.
All right. You're walking up to me. I'm just hanging out. Hey, Stefan. Thanks for
Hey, what's
hanging
up,
out with me. Good. How you been, man?
Doing good.
You look like you want to say something. Is there?
Yeah. So. I wanted to talk to you. I want to bring something up with you. I just wanted to let you know that I really like Becky.
Becky? My fucking girlfriend, Becky.
Yes, your girlfriend Becky.
Wait.
But
You're coming to me to tell me you like my girlfriend?
yes.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible, dude. I'm gonna kill you now.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, I feel like whenever all three of us are hanging out, that she's kind of giving the same vibe back to me. That she.
So you're saying my
really
girlfriend's a
likes me.
whore?
I'm not saying that.
Are you literally trying to get that, Becky? Is this some Beyonce
No.
shit? I think your approach is wrong, by the way. I would totally be upset.
Yeah, I
you have to-
think that was the wrong
all right.
approach.
Anonymous Blonde 227, whatever her name was. Do not listen to this fuckhead. That's the worst
Yeah.
thing you could do. Here's my advice. I'm gonna give two pieces of advice here. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
One of them is gonna be silly because that's how I roll. And one of them is
Yeah.
gonna be real advice. Here's my advice. To that girl, she should talk to that guy.
Really?
But here's how it should go. Because it's high school and it's not fucking real. And if you like someone, you should go fucking talk to that person because people have missed opportunities all the time because
Yeah.
they think they know stuff. So if
But
I
it's
would,
with your best friend though.
she didn't say best. She did say best.
Yeah,
friend.
she did.
Fuck. All right, I think she should do it
She'd be
anyways.
losing a best friend.
But here,
Possibly.
all right, here's my real advice because I think I think she should do whatever the fuck she wants. But here's my real advice. If it was really me, right? Because I'm giving her some fucked up advice because I hope she fails. I hope she fails miserably and that friend stabs her and the other dude and that girl right off together in the sunset.
Wow.
But if I want them to succeed in this world, right? I would give her the real advice I would give her is to stop fucking hanging out with him. Like I know that sounds weird, but create distance, and then eventually that friend's gonna ask you, like, why are you creating distance? And then you can be honest. The way you brought it up was a little too rough.
Yeah.
But if it's the other way around, if they come to you and they go, hey, like I noticed you were a little bit distant, like what's going on? On it, that girl could tell that girl, the other girl, honestly, me and your boyfriend have a history, and I feel like he really likes me, and I'm gonna be honest, I really like him too, and so I made some distance, and then it gives that girl the opportunity to go like, wait, what? Like, you really feel that way? Yeah, but you're my friend. I respect you. Like, you're always going to be my best friend. And so instead of doing anything about it, I thought it was best if I removed myself from the situation because, honestly, I was feeling awkward, and I'm pretty sure that person was too. And then leave it up to them to figure it out. Because once it gets brought up, they can figure it out. You don't have to be part of that at all. That girl can go home and figure out what their shit is. And you could just be there. So that would be my suggestion is distance yourself from the guy and the girl. That'd be my advice. But
that sounds like a lot better advice
than what you said.
Hey,
I fucking like your
like
boyfriend, and I want to bang him. And is there any way at all that you can let me bang your boyfriend?
Yeah, I guess that was better.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking terrible advice, Stefan. All right, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. Yeah, I think you did a good job. I think I did a good job. I think we'll get better, and I'm excited to do more podcasts in the future. And that's pretty much.
I'm excited to see what more comes of this.
Thanks for hanging out, brother.
Thank you.
Killer. Boy, you be killing them. You be killing them.
Much
love.
Word.